and I'm saying lampshades specifically, that we've had working,
To me,
calling in to get product support from us. Oh boy. Oh boy. I actually had one customer ask, "Where's my serial number on our machines?" I want to be clear. We have a very nice metal laser etched plate on every machine.
with the serial number on it.
And it's
Highly
there
visible, isn't it?
in pretty clear text that says serial number.
Yeah, well, people are fucking retarded, man. Let me tell you.
Yup.
Let me tell
I'm
you. Let me
aware.
tell you, boy. Let me tell you. So,
Wait, Sign, can you tell us about any stupid people? Anyone
Please.
request anything heinous today?
Not today, no. Thankfully. It's been
How about
quiet.
how about in the last week?
Just the usual.
Okay.
Password reset. Forgot my password. Oh well. Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, we had a
do you
user
got
that
Nothing's
was
funny.
literally been using a password for so long that password minimums have changed. But because they are so fucking incompetent and can't put in their own password, their password was set to never expire, because otherwise they would be calling in every single day to reset their password because they would forget it. So their password was set to never expire, and they've been using this one singular password for so long that when we had to reset the password to set it back so we could test things, and then we couldn't change it back to what her password used to be because it no longer met the minimums.
Yes.
Uh,
But why can't I just have my same old password?
Yep.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Now, I had a whole smattering of issues. I don't know if Gray leaked any of them, but I had a whole smattering of issues. One of them was it was Monday, and basically today has just been Monday part 2. But
Oh boy, my favorite part of the week.
yeah,
Oh yeah, second Monday.
Monday extended edition. We had multiple companies just decide, hey, today we're just gonna have a complete total failure of our network.
Yep, that happens.
For multiple reasons. Primary one, unplugged the firewall and didn't plug it back in because they didn't know what it was. Primary 2, unplugged their fucking servers, quote, because I thought we didn't use those.
We don't use those. It'll be fine, right? No, it won't be fine.
You know,
Primary 3.
These mistakes would stop real quick if you threaten to dock someone's pay by 30% for 2 pay periods. Every infraction. Not every day they do something like this. Every infraction they do. And it stacks.
Well, we don't pay
them. No, I know. I'm talking about within the company itself. Whoever's at the head of this stuff,
primaries
and is
tend to be
having
the
to
bosses.
pay you. Okay, the primaries probably are going to have a boss above them that they have to answer to and explain why there's an extra.
I'm small business. Primary is usually the owner.
Yeah, I was gonna say most small business.
No, there's nothing you can do then.
Nope.
Even when the primary has a boss, generally speaking, the person who's setting this stuff up is going to be like a VP, or a senior VP. That basically the only people above them are their fucking golf buddies.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, it just doesn't happen. Ever. And my team's the washout team. So we get all the problem children. So it's good shit. Let me tell you, it's good shit. But then we had a user who decided that this is so fucking stupid. So the user's retarded and the primary's retarded. I want to start off with this, right? The
Hey, not a good
primary.
start.
So the user got a new computer years ago, and they're retarded. And the primary didn't want to deal with their whining. So instead of just telling them to fuck up and shut up, they told us to set up a remote session that the user opens every single day to remote back into their old computer from the new computer.
Okay.
New computer breaks. We replace it. During all of this, we're also replacing another computer. Now, nobody knows they've been doing this remote session thing this whole time. Like, it was a temporary measure back when it was set up to just get everything moved over so she could keep working for the rest of the day, and she was just supposed to move everything to her new computer, you know, when she wasn't
But of course,
busy.
she never did that because I've got everything right here.
Exactly. And so 2 computers break. One of them is hers. We go over. We're setting up a new user. We replace her second computer with a third computer. And we replace the other guy with this old computer they had in the corner that no one was using. And we formatted it.
Oh no.
It was her computer, wasn't it?
Guess what? Yes. It was her computer. And she's like, I don't understand. Where's all my stuff? I'm like, I don't know. Did you sign into Chrome? We sign into Chrome, and now her bookmarks aren't there. We sign into Edge, and her bookmarks aren't there. Her files aren't anywhere. And we're like, well, that's weird. So anyway, I pass it up to the RFs, right? Tier 2. And they're looking around. They're trying to figure out what's going on, what happened. They're pinpointing. And yep, it was the computer that got reformatted. Which, of course, now has nothing on it. And can't have any of that data recovered.
Big oof. Except not really, because this person's just stupid.
Yes. Yeah, we were just like, well, that's tough shit. Rough, buddy. Anyway, this is why we tell you to back your shit up.
Yeah.
But then we get the primary 4. The retard of part 1 and 2, Monday Boogaloo. So, my company does this thing that many companies do, which is basically negotiate a minimum viable product. Because, of course, we have to sell the project to people, right? And these retards, these mouth-breathing invertebrates, cannot
That's insulting to
comprehend.
invertebrates. Starfish are more intelligent, and I'll not have you slander them, sir.
You know what? That's fair, and it's true. Because these fucking retards would deny a $15K project to just replace their whole fucking outdated, by the way, of 25 years, their whole outdated system structure. right? They denied the 15K project, and we're like, okay, fine. How about a 4K project to replace your failing NAS server? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, how about a 3K project to replace your failing NAS server? No. Their NAS server failed. Oh my god, we need this now. Okay, 4.5K, please. What? But it was 3K last time you proposed it, and now you need it now.
Oh, yep, that sounds about right.
Fucking retard. But anyway, so they kept negotiating and negotiating and negotiating, and eventually it got to the point where they agreed to pay the money. I don't know how much money it was in the end, but they agreed to pay the money, but they would only pay for a QNAP.
I'm sorry, for a what?
A QNAP.
QNAP. What the fuck's a QNAP?
It's a NAS storage type. It's like TrueNAS.
Yeah, no, you lost me.
Okay.
I've never dealt with
It's
TrueNAS.
really dog shit and cheap.
Ah,
Yeah. Just to be clear, like we made one change on the permission structure and then applied it, and it took about 6 hours to apply that permission change to the files.
oh.
Yeah. So it's really fucking slow, it's really fucking cheap, and it's real fucking bad. Right? And
But it technically works.
But it works. And that's all it did. Just turn on. So the person they put in charge of this cheapo ass project is
Sneaky.
retarded.
Oh.
And a woman.
Why'd you
And
say
this is
that in
important
face?
because she spent more time dodging responsibility and accountability than she did actually working on the project.
I mean, I want to be clear. That just sounds like most project managers I know.
She
Scum
wasn't
of
the
earth.
project manager. She was the person that was supposed to be implementing the project.
Ah,
manager.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And like the reason why I'm so harsh on her is because there was multiple times because I had to fix it. I had to work with a tier above her and me working together with him to fix this bullshit because I had to go around to everyone and put out fires on their computers, digital fires, but put out fires on their computers while he tried to get the fucking shit to work. And every single time we had a day-long conversation, and every single time he asked the question of like, did you route the DNS correctly? Did you set the DNS records? Did you turn the permission structure on? She'd be like, yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did. And then we would go in, and she fucking didn't. Every single time. And then at one point, she was like, yeah, I did. I have proof. And we're like, okay, show us proof. Maybe there's a problem on this Windows Server 2001 DAC server, which needs manually set DNS because it doesn't support DHCP. Yeah.
I mean, I would believe there's a problem, yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a problem there. And
Problem's
so
just
the
not using
proof
the
she
damn thing.
provides us is a screenshot of her sending herself an email saying that she did it.
Yeah, that is definitely
Not
true.
a picture of her doing it. A screenshot of a message she emailed herself where she says, I did this thing.
Damn, I wish that worked. Don't worry, boss. I got those customers their parts. See, I sent an email myself saying I did.
Yeah.
I totally did it.
And the
You
two of
can-
us were just sitting here like, oh my fucking god.
Damn, Sign, don't you wish you could get stuff written by just sending yourself an email that said you wrote it?
Right.
And
Everyone loved it.
right.
Royal Road, top of the page.
$10 million now. But Then, the other reason why I'm so harsh on her is because we're trying to get her to work with us because he is not, this is not his project. He is assisting with repairs for the project. It's not his primary task, right? The project person is supposed to be implementing the project, not the guy fixing it, right? And so we're trying to get her to keep implementing the project as we're fixing issues along the way. And she's like, "Oh, my cat has to go to the vet now. Bye." And she just leaves for the day. But doesn't call out, by the way, because my company is family first. We understand when you have to leave for a special appointment.
Your cat isn't family.
It is if you don't have kids and you can't find a husband for some reason. The reason will forever elude us all. But yeah, so we're implementing this and we're implementing this, and halfway through me putting out digital flyers, I start to notice a trend of everyone still using the old failing NAS because that's the one, air quotes, that works. And then I have to go around and explain to everyone and the primary they need to stop using the old NAS because we have transferred the files. Unless they are paying for a second file transfer, we are not transferring any further files and we'll be taking this thing offline. So unless they want to lose those files, they should stop fucking using it.
I guess they didn't do that.
No one really understood. The other thing that really went wrong with this whole fucking mess is that we were going to charge them extra because they're like, hey, can you also make sure to remap all of the shared drives, all like dozen of them that they had, to every single employee, all like 50 of them. And we were like, yeah, sure, we can do that if you pay us extra. And they're like, oh no, we'll just handle it internally then. And what that meant was that they were just going to spam the support desk, me, with tickets asking for help remapping everything because the primary was like, oh, I'll just send an email out to everyone explaining how to do it. She apparently exists under the delusion that people can read.
Things that have never worked in the history of ever.
Yeah,
That.
no, they did not read her email. They did not understand her email if they could read her email. And so, of course, obviously, we generated dozens of tickets helping everyone. Which, ironically, they will now be charged extra for. And that will only be reassessed after 6 months. So we are not going to stop charging them extra until 6 months go by.
Oh no.
Okay? I mean, you play stupid games, you get stupid fucking prizes.
Not the perfect application of this GIF, but if those kids could read, they'd be very upset.
They'd be very upset, yes. It's got to change out boomers to kids to boomers. But yeah, so that was a fucking shit show. And we only got it like 90% fixed by the time the end of the day happened today. So that was good. That was great. I had a fun time with that. And then we had our primary walk out on one of our companies. Primary number 5 decided that today was the day, and they just
that we burned this motherfucker to the ground.
Got up and walked off. Quit their job on the spot.
I mean,
All right.
might be fair.
Oh, very fair. The company that she worked for, let me mute.
No shit.
But anyway, yeah. So that's why I had to mute. But yeah, she's a total bitch. Never answers her phone. Doesn't understand any technical things. And we've had she used to be the primary, and then she made the person who walked off the primary, who was admittedly worked there for several years, but she made the person who walked off the primary, because she didn't want to deal with technical things, and she was like, I pre-approve any question. And our account manager was like, no, that's not how this works. No. You cannot pre-approve any IT decision. She's like, well, why not? I'm hiring you guys for IT. And we're like, yes, but yes, it is your fucking money, but I don't think you understand what you're telling us. And so she got fed up, and instead of trying to understand what we were telling her, she just told her longtime coworker and friend to handle it all for her instead, because she's too important to understand this stuff.
Ah, yes, one of those.
Wow. The best kind of idiot.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm pretty sure the reason why the primary stormed off too is because she got the owner got a new secretary, and the new secretary is Indian, and hired a bunch of Indians. And I know this because all of their names were like Schlimblob the Sangdeep, right? Poo poo pee pee dick suck. I'm not even gonna try and actually pronounce them. Okay, I'm just being real. Like there was way too many consonants and vowels, and it wasn't even remotely near Polish.
Oh.
Yeah.
As someone who works in a heavily Pole-dominated workplace, some of those can be rough.
Those names are rough, yeah. Krakslock-Zelinsky.
Bro, that's some of the easy ones.
I know.
Listen, every day I see Bartos, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to say hi to Bart.
But yeah, it hurts. It is painful. But because I never pronounce them right, and they always get fucking pissy that I mispronounce their name. I'm like, excuse you. Actually, you're not excused, but fuck you. Unmute my mic. But yeah, she hired a bunch of Indians, and the owner was going around being like, "Oh, anything that my secretary asks for, she's pre-approved, and she's gonna be the new secondary primary, and blah 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 blah." So the old primary probably felt a mix of being replaced and kind of getting fed up with her boss.
Abject disgust.
Can't blame her.
But so yeah, she just walked off, and we were like, well, that's awkward, because the only person who can tell us who the new primary is her. That's a bit awkward. Now, thankfully, we're not retarded. We're not a larger company like Microsoft, and we can just go, okay, well, we're just gonna do whatever the owner says then, and appoint a new primary as per the owner of the company's orders, instead of needing to rely on our standard operating procedure. But I still had to remind my coworker that just because some random dude they were just hiring was like, oh yeah, this person walked off, can you provide me the access information to her computer? We can't just do that.
What do you mean you can't? I don't see a problem. Sir, please, just give me the access codes. I work here, I swear to God.
Yeah, right.
No, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
But, yeah. So, that's that. Let's see, what the fuck did you post?
Oh, I was gonna say there's the
cyber
special
incident.
from the signed paid server.
Yeah,
What's this paid server
What'd
called
you-
again?
The
Oh,
IT
group.
Despair?
Yes. More or
Oh,
less.
the compliance test.
It
I would-
wasn't a
Yeah.
compliance test. It was a fucking phishing attack.
I'm sorry. A phishing attack that they. Yeah.
It was no. It
Also-
wasn't a compliance test sign. It wasn't a
they fucked
compliance
up
test
on.
hypothetically. It wasn't a compliance test. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It was a breach.
Yeah.
Everyone
yeah,
here is an
that's
idiot.
What I just said.
No, it's not. You've gotten this wrong 3 fucking times now. Did they post the part where they had to correct sign multiple times? No, he didn't post the part where we had to correct sign multiple times. Because he kept fucking talking about how it was a compliance test. We're like, no sign. This is not a compliance test. It's just a really fucking stupid person and some really fucking stupid cyber IT.
Everyone was stupid.
Offshore everything all you want. Why the fuck would you offshore your cyber team?
Because you're retarded.
I mean, yes. Yes. I'm aware. They are retarded. I'm trying to wrap my head around the idea of, like, you being an apartment manager, right? You have an apartment block, you have the key to the door, you lock it every night, and just one day you're like, man, locking this door every night really takes time out of my day. And you just flag some random fucking person off the street and you're like, hey, here, take this key, come back to this building at 10 o'clock every night and lock up for me. And then you just walk off. That's the equivalent of hiring third-party cybersecurity.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, what? How did that make sense to you? Oh, well, it's cheaper. So is having an aneurysm.
I mean, okay, look, if a place doesn't possess the necessary skills, I can kind of understand it.
Well, see, no, but there's a major difference between, hiring, like, my company, who is based in the U.S., hires U.S. people, and is legally invested in protecting your company. And, say, hiring Singva Van Deep's very legit security company in Delhi, India, who definitely is not his 5th security company after 9 different renames.
The name is definitely Very Secure Company.
Yeah, it literally, it's probably called Very Secure Company or some bullshit, right? It's like, there is a massive gulf there, because what if this security company in India sells your data? Or sells information on how to access your company? It's like, what's the U.S. going to do? Nuke Delhi? Like, we're going to, like, go send a strike group to go extract this company so we can hold them trial in the U.S.? Like, no, nothing's going to fucking happen.
We absolutely should. Corporate security teams immediately.
No, side.
Release the corporate death squads!
I know
Ryan
it's
has been
funny.
taking
We don't
the
want to go
wrong
there.
lessons from Cyberpunk.
No, I think
you mean the right lessons.
Yeah.
Also,
not the Cyberpunk.
once again, yeah, probably one of the funny, again, best line in Cyberpunk. If you choose to solo the Arasaka building, you get down to the lower levels, and there is a security guy who goes, "It's just one guy! How? It's just one guy!" I love that, man. Because you can walk into the room and then shoot him.
Well, not only that, there's actually an extended conversation if you actually wait, and they have like a whole fucking conversation of them being like, what's going on? Are we being invaded? And they're like, no, it's just one merc. What do you mean it's just one merc? We're like the elite of the Arasaka. All of us here are like basically Borgs. What do you mean we're losing?
Yeah, sorry. Well, because it's on the upper floor that conversation happens, and then if you get downstairs, there's the guy who's going, "It's just one guy."
Which, author of Lit RPG series shits out 3 books of a story that have decent premise but dogshit execution. After finishing book 3, he says in January, I'm going to start book 4. I just want to finish up another romantasy story on a different account. Goes radio silent for months until it was time to release book 3, and then made this post in Patreon.
Oh no.
What'd he say?
Hey James, I'm still alive. I just kind of holding out on my final decision on L1G until book 3 launches. I'll be honest, right now it doesn't look great for the series based on current performance. I'm crossing my fingers and hope that the 3rd book will boost interest. Yeah, I hope a shinier turd will make all of the less shiny turds more shiny by shitting them all together.
Yeah, that is how it works.
I would say, unfortunately, that's
At the
how
moment,
it
though,
works.
the math is kind of like this. Book 1 is earning about 30% of what I need for it to be viable. Book 2 earned only 10%. If Book 3 earns a fraction of that, and so on, then the math just keeps getting worse. Yeah, it's really hard to keep people invested. This is what the wild thing is. Fan fiction authors figured this out a long time ago. It's why certain stories don't break up into separate books and actually just keep going forever as one single story, because A, the attraction of this is 5 million words long gets people to click on it because they go, whoa, it's 5 million words. But B, we've noticed, I've talked about this on the podcast, we noticed a clear, like, almost 80%, anywhere between 60 to 80% audience loss between books coming out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm sure Sign's seen it. He writes story A and someone commissions a sequel and no one checks the fuck out.
Well, you have to not do it as a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I'm saying, I'm sure Sign's seen it, and obviously he knows the workaround, but I'm sure he saw it.
Well, he also felt it.
Yeah.
God forbid someone commissions a spinoff.
Mm.
What spinoff did that happen to?
Don't worry about it. It's a story you've never read.
I'm not asking that to try and be a dickhead. I'm not up to date on the Sign lore. I genuinely
it's one of
don't
his
know.
oldest. It's one of his original stories under Sign Reel.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Back when he was a wee baby at the ripe age of 72, posting mass harem hyper crossover stories.
I like how Stein's reaching the point where he's functionally an elf with how much you age this man. Stein, congratulations, you've survived long enough to go from boomer to wizard to elf. The prize is still no bitches.
Oof. It's one of those frustrating situations where it doesn't matter how much I want to write a story. I don't have enough creative output in me every day to treat another series like a hobby either, since writing is what I do for a living. That's honestly, that's fair enough. If you spend 8 hours a day trying to write to keep up a certain level of output for people that are paying you, coming home, air quotes, coming home, and then writing for another 6 hours on something you've enjoyed, that's still a lot of work, Yeah,
I would say, that's what happens to people who play games, right? Like, as an example, Bear, right? Bear Taffy. Dude used to just stream the fuck out of Darkest Dungeon, and he eventually had to do other stuff because as much as he loved Darkest Dungeon, streaming just that was killing him. And he's like, yeah, I switched to doing variety stuff. Never been happier.
Yeah. You just can't keep burning away at that incense line. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't have enough creative output. I unfortunately have to balance things between things that are fun for me to write, but also things that earn enough money to keep the lights on. Anyway, there's still a
Yeah.
chance that if maybe book 3 turns a few of the fence people into huge fans, they'll talk about it. Sometimes it happens for books, but I do have to acknowledge it's a slim chance. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that I
At least they're being
understand.
real with whoever James is.
Yeah, exactly, right. I totally understand the situation of shits out 3 slop lit RPG stories. They don't make a big amount of money. They aren't quite meeting the standards he's expecting them to. Maybe book 3 does make it big. I mean, honestly, that's what it took for J.K. Rowling. If I'm recalling it correctly, it wasn't until book 2 or book 3 came out that interest actually started picking up in Harry Potter, and she re-released book 1, new and improved, right?
Yeah, I think that
I
was it.
believe that's how it went.
I think so. Well, and I especially feel for the guy because, like, he's out here writing a lit RPG that he's having at least some fun with, and he's got a burner account for romantasy.
Right. Which is probably making a shitload of money because women.
Yeah.
And I'm not
But,
even saying that
there's only so many
derogatorily. I'm
times
just
you
saying that straight up. Women are
Oh, yeah.
70% of the spending market. If there is content out there for them to consume, they most likely will. So,
Yeah. And I mean that's fine, right? That's fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's only so many times you can write a gay Minotaur smut before you're like, damn, dude.
Is it really worth the money?
You're the gay
Is it-
Minotaur smut guy.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I
Sign.
mean,
You see,
I bought an island in Barbados, but
you write 99 lit RPGs and you write one gay smut story. You're not the lit RPG guy. You're the gay
You're
smut
the gay
Minotaur
smut
guy.
or you're the guy with absolutely god awful cover art.
You write one NTR story and everyone loses their mind.
Everyone loses their shit.
But yeah, see, you remember the guy I'm talking about, right? The guy with the horrible cover art where everyone was convinced it was gay smut.
Yeah. I
do
remember that
want
guy.
you to know I did take that.
Yeah.
As a test to make sure that we in the internet weren't crazy. I gave
Yeah.
no one any information about this.
Yeah.
I went to the 4 lesbian couples, the 2 gay couples, and the straight couple that I know, and I just showed them this stuff. Right? It was all at one party, and I said, okay, I need everybody to look at this cover, pass it around, and tell me your thoughts. And they were all like, so this dude's gonna fuck that thing, right?
Yeah.
For which one?
It was the fucking
I don't remember the name of the story.
No, it was like Dick Stryker or something like that.
I forget what it was, but the dude just
Dick
had
Stryker.
No, Sign, you don't understand. This dude put out a public post where he's like, I'm really sorry. I swear to God, I did not mean to bait anyone into thinking this was smut. It's not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's just really autistic and like didn't think about a lot of the implications of the names he was using.
Well, that and the cover art.
Yeah. Oiled up muscles.
What was his cover
Where
art?
is it?
Oiled up muscles.
For a dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's female art, buddy.
Yeah, well, some people.
Somebody should have told him that.
I'm trying to find it. Damn it.
But no, I get it, right? I get it, but at the same time, that's sort of why I'm always like, you gotta still make sure your fun shit is, if you want to make profit off of it, you kind of have to introduce standards, right? If you are purely, say, painting models for fun, then it doesn't really matter if you just like fucking throw them, spike them into a pool of paint, and then pull out the model and call it done, right? But if you want to sell that model, if you want to sell a video of you painting the model, even though the model is for yourself to enjoy, and you're just like, well, I'm already painting the model, I might as well just record myself doing it, right? You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
still has to meet some degree of quality, because at that point you're still trying to incentivize people to watch, read, click.
I would say the model
Buy your
that Matt
shit.
paints for shits and giggles does not have to be the model. It is going to be what can be wildly different
Yeah,
from the model that I pay Max to paint for me.
right. You know, if he wants to make it fucking Equestria colors, he can. But if he's trying to make people, you know, actually, I take that back. Painting a model Equestria colors probably would make people click on it.
It's
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
questionable.
but point still
That
stands,
doesn't matter.
though.
They clicked on it.
Is the implication, though, of there is some level of quality control you effectively need to implement into a story, even if you're just doing it for fun, if you are going to be publishing it and trying to earn something off of it. Obviously, not go full mercenary. I don't think you should ever really go full mercenary unless you're one of those
No.
people that gets off on just writing and not caring what you're writing about. Like you just really like just writing. Never go full mercenary. If you don't care about the story, the quality is going to drop massively.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And on top of that, even if you do care about the story, if you feel some sort of pressure to get a chapter out every week, the quality is going to drop massively.
Well, there are ways to avoid that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
Such
there's
things
ways to
lead to the
avoid it.
darkness of AI.
No, no. I'm just saying, take a fucking break every now and then, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But again, I mean, if you try to feed the algorithm, you will always lose.
Yeah, don't do that.
Trying to play the algorithm is a lot like trying to make a living by gambling and beating the house. Some people succeed. They do.
You're not some people.
You might be that person.
X it
However,
out, though.
However, a better way of looking at it is you are playing a very long-running game of Russian roulette. And eventually, the bullet's going to be in the chamber.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times or how many slots. Sorry, that's better. That's better. Doesn't matter how big the cylinder is, how many bullets it could fit. Eventually, you will spin the chamber, and it will roll the one, and you will
Yep.
lose.
I mean, if you only have to lose once, well,
And that's
losing
how
once
the
means
modern
losing
algorithm
everything.
on YouTube works. That's how the modern algorithm on Twitch works. You say the wrong thing once on Twitch or YouTube, and your channel gets squashed and squelched forever.
Yep. Gotta play the algorithm. Which is
It's
fucking
part of the reason why I gave a shit. I stopped giving a shit about this podcast in terms of making sure we don't say certain content on it. To a certain extent, obviously, no bannable content, but there is a gap between monetizable content and bannable content, and on both Twitch and YouTube, simply treading into that gap due to their AI detection. If the AI even assumes you might have, in a form or fashion, said something that sounded like a banned term, a banned word, you get put on the naughty no-no list, your viewers get squelched, your channel doesn't get recommended. you're fucked. And you can't
Yeah,
recover
you
from it.
are
Because
up
YouTube's
shit
algorithm
creek.
is based off of momentum in both directions. If you are getting 50 users and then you get 5 users, the algorithm goes, oh, this person is lame and gay, don't show them anymore. Except by
Yep.
not showing you anymore, you get less viewers. And then the algorithm goes, oh, wow,
Yep.
people really don't like this guy, show him even less.
Show 'em less.
And so it's just... And the worst fucking stupidest part of it all was that I don't even know what got us banned. I don't even know what got us shadow banned. I don't. Like, back in the day, we didn't talk politics. We talked just fan fiction.
Yeah,
Now, admittedly, we went on tangents about fiction in general.
I would say sometimes we made some spicy jokes. Honestly, if anything, it may be when Nose went on the Jew rant.
That probably was when Nose went on the Jew rant. But and that's the other problem, right, is that we don't really know because it's one of those things of, oh, our AI finally went through one of your videos and detected you saying this months ago, now we're implementing your ban. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then there was the whole
fuck you
COVID
then.
era where people were being retroactively banned for things they said before a rule was in place.
Yep.
And so, like, and that's where we started losing massive number of viewers. We actually had a lot of viewers before COVID. And then after COVID happened and all the changes started happening to the algorithm, we lost 90% of our viewers. We actually had an average of 60 viewers.
Yeah.
And now we get like 4. I can't decide if Wildbow or MCU fumbled cape shit a post-apocalyptic recovery harder.
Wow.
MCU, obviously.
MCU. They got way bigger pull. Wildbow is
Yeah, I was gonna
a
say.
niche.
Well,
Wildbow
it's not
was
even about their
a
pull or their niche.
no-name-
He's talking directly about like how they handled what a world post apocalypse would be like, post Superman going crazy, lasering everything, right? Wildbow's was relatively okay. If you ignore all of the retarded shit he introduced and just are just talking purely on like how society reacted to the apocalypse, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's stupid,
Yeah.
but it makes sense because, as far as I recall, a shitload of thinkers were still alive. So them being able to reorganize society back into something coherent isn't out of the realms of believable. They
well,
rebuilt a
especially not
super
when
city in 2
because they'd
years.
already conditioned people to look. As stupid as everything with Cauldron is, like the base idea of, I want to be clear, Cauldron is a stupid plan. Everything about Cauldron is a stupid plan. When you look at Cauldron from the perspective of what the people in Cauldron were trying to do, Cauldron makes sense, right? Obviously, government.
Oh no, he's not
going
talking
to
about
be
Cauldron. He's talking about post Scion, post
no,
Golden Morning.
right. But what I was going to say was, Cauldron had already conditioned people to accept a government run and led by superhumans. So a bunch of thinkers telling everyone, shut up and do what I say, I'm a thinker, is going to work a lot better in that specific universe.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
Right? If the apocalypse happened and Brainiac shows up, a good Brainiac, one of the good Brainiacs, the people knows a good Brainiac, shows up and says, okay, everyone, the apocalypse happened. Just do what I say and we can fix it. Everyone's going to go, no, fuck you.
It's
That's
fair.
Villain getting blank slates, decent to some extent, but applied to even higher ends. Well, I mean, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's way better than how the MCU handled it. Because the MCU handled it in possibly the dumbest way possible, in that they effectively had nothing happen.
Yeah. Oh, half the people in existence got snapped out of existence. Whatever.
Oh
Yeah, it's like
no,
people
how
like mourned
terrible.
and then just moved on, and it's like, okay, well, in spite of the fact that way more than half the people got snapped out of existence, because half the people being snapped out of existence could have been airline pilots, train drivers, nuclear engineers, like very vital people to keeping a civilization running. And if they're all gone, like, so here's the thing, right? There is 7 people in the world that are maintaining the foundational infrastructure to the internet. 7 people.
Some funny guy with a Linux program.
And
Yeah.
if those 7 people die before passing on their
you're
knowledge,
fucked.
then there is certain sections of the internet that will enter a death spiral. And this
Yep.
is a non-recoverable death spiral.
Yup.
It's not a case of, oh, well, we can just replace it. It's like, no. What you're saying
No.
is we would have to effectively remake from what's the term they use?
Practically from scratch.
Yeah, I'm saying, well, what
First principles.
First principles, yeah. We have to remake from first principles how computers connect to each other if these people die. It's not good.
No.
And if these people, half of them get snapped out of existence and the other half were on planes and trains and shit that all crash.
Yeah, it's a lot more
yeah,
than
you're
just half the
Yeah,
universe
and again,
gone.
it doesn't. Here's the thing: it doesn't even take that much. If half the people get snapped out of existence, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of stuff. You're gonna lose just critical services, doctors, nurses.
Yeah.
As much as people might not like to hear this, accountants, sanitation workers. Fuck,
Oh
dude.
god,
Yeah,
the sanitation
critical-
workers
Yeah,
alone are going to
sanitation
be
is gonna be
such a
huge, yeah.
massive fucking hit.
Oh,
to
like-
water
existence.
workers.
People do
Yeah,
not
waterworks.
understand how important energy and water is to civilization.
And
People
trash
do
collection.
not. They cannot fathom how
I mean, shit,
critical both of those operating continuously is.
Even if all of those
Yeah.
things somehow kept limping along, the supply chain is fucked overnight.
Yeah.
I hated
Truck
that.
drivers, boat.
I
drivers,
hated that
ship
being
captains.
Thanos' thing.
Yeah.
I had a fucking argument with a friend when that movie was first coming out. Like, yeah, but his end goal didn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, getting rid of half is equivalent to just doubling the supplies. So he should just double resources. Well, no, it makes perfect sense. Like, no, it doesn't. In fact, he's
Not
got
when
the Infinity Gauntlet. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. It would take less resources to triple, quadruple, or just say infinite resources now out of the Infinity Gauntlet than to get rid of half of all life, not sentient, all life
Yeah.
in that universe.
Yeah.
By the
he
way,
did do
if the
all
Marvel
life.
writers
Yeah,
had
all life, yeah.
Thanos would have been hit by that, as well as certain villains such as Galactus.
Oh, of course.
Just for fun, because they count as living beings. Thanos should
Oh,
not have won
listen.
50-50. For him doing that to have meant anything, his life should have been in that list. He should have also disappeared.
No, obviously.
Well, I
his
mean, like a
life's
true
not gonna be on
communist,
that
he
list.
decided that only he could make the correct decisions.
Only he can make the decision.
Like, genuinely, if you want to talk about beings that getting rid of would have been massive net gains to the Marvel Universe, getting rid of people like Ego the Living Planet
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Galactus,
Oh.
the man who eats suns.
Yeah.
Among
Yeah.
other things. He likes to snack on the planets too.
No, he needs to
forget
eat
that.
planets for the life force from the living beings.
Yeah,
only.
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I never liked that being the end goal, because it's like, this doesn't make sense from a logistical standpoint.
Nope.
But that's what they went with. I had that argument with a friend, and it's like you shouldn't be agreeing with the villain's motivation of that being smart, because it's not.
Yeah, it's really fucking
No.
stupid.
Like, yeah,
It-
being worried about the resources, that's totally fine. We call that entropy. You took
I
the
mean,
time to collect something that literally
I
lets you
just want to
break
point
the
out,
rules of reality,
if you
and
Thanos
you
snapped
waste it.
half of life off of Earth, right, and not just humans, right? If you Thanos snap half of human life off of Earth, that would actually massively improve the situation. But
Which
you actually have
half?
to be, yeah, specific halves of humanity off of the face of the Earth.
Yeah, well, and here's the other thing. What if the snap did the like another worst case scenario? All sentient life somehow got completely clear of the snap, but all the cattle and livestock, everything that would be considered non-sentient, non-sapient,
Oh,
just gone. It's like,
oh,
All
buddy.
Yeah.
bacteria
Oh.
gone.
Bye-bye.
entire food supply just
Gone.
erased.
I
Your
hope
gut
you all
biome,
like
that's just gone
seaweed.
now, because that would count as life. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't specify sentient sapient life. He just said
No,
all
he
No,
did
no,
not.
he
All
just said
life.
He
I'm
just said
killing
all
half
life.
of all life.
50%
All life,
of
yeah.
all life.
Yeah.
Again, it's just one of those things that's got to be stupid because, again, like Max said, he could just go. You don't even have to double the resources. Just say every resource is twice as effective. You need to drink water to live. You need to drink half as much water as before. You need to
There
use the
were
sun to
so
power your thing. The sun lasts for twice as long and is twice as good.
Let's
there were
see.
so many other things that could have been done with the Infinity Gauntlet based on the power consumption that it used. There were so many more efficient decisions.
Well, I mean, not only that though, right? It's just really, really, really stupid, right? Because the whole thing with life is that it's going to keep multiplying until it kills itself out, and that's what a lot of anti-human, anti-life environmentalists don't really understand, is that they pass laws in some areas like, oh no, you can't hunt the deer. That's killing deer. We're trespassing on nature, man.
And then
And
the deer
then
population grows out of control.
5 to 10 years down the line, usually
To
within
be
3,
fair,
the deer population goes so out of control, they literally all start mass starving to death.
Starvation.
And we almost had the entire population die out simultaneously, preventing any more deer from coming back because they had no fucking food left.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Well,
go look
that-
at
yeah, that was
Yellowstone,
also
where they had-
another thing I didn't like about that plan, by the way. When a species suddenly finds itself on the edge of extinction, it either dies out or goes into hyperbreeding mode. And now
Yep.
you've got 100 times of the little bastard, and it's not going away now, and it's just going to make things worse.
Deer
And
are
Thanos,
already.
why would you unleash? He's really lucky that humanity in those 5 years didn't resort to the hyperbreeding instinct.
Right.
Because we
Well,
would
I
have.
mean,
We would have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
The writers don't understand.
I mean, just look at the
Instincts.
response to World War II.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We have a name for that generation
Yeah.
for a reason.
wasn't
And
the
it's named
whole
that
point was like
for
the
a
Infinity
reason.
Stones were gone, and then all of a sudden, like
No, but no, our point is you could have done a million better things with those stupid rocks.
No, the problem is how stupid Thanos' idea of having all life was.
yeah,
Because it doesn't address the problem. It covers a symptom, and in some cases, actually is going to make the problem even worse.
well, that's because
Yeah.
they take an existing idea, which is like, oh, Thanos wants to kill people because he loves death, and then when actually we need to make him nuanced, like
Relatable.
he's not going to be scary if he's just a fucking
Murder hobo who's
Simp.
murder hobo incel.
I'm gonna
It's
be
like,
honest.
He's a simp.
Thanos was
Thought-
at his best when he was harassing Fred on every single birthday since Fred was 7 years old.
Poor Fred. What did Fred do to deserve that?
Nothing.
Nothing,
Thanos,
and
like,
that's why
fucking
no
Literally
one will believe
nothing.
him.
That's the point. Fred is how Thanos keeps himself sane, I think, once a year.
Once
He
a year,
picks one.
I'ma just fuck with this dude.
There will be no evil plots, no evil schemes. I will do nothing that will harm him permanently. And
Oh,
no
no, he
one
does a
will
lot
ever
of
believe
permanent
But
him.
harm.
he's gonna.
No, he does a lot of permanent harm.
No, well,
No, to
but
him.
Sorry,
I don't.
he won't ever do physical harm to the kid.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all he.
that's what I meant. That's clearly what I meant. But okay, sure.
Oh, that's cute. Oh shit! I just finally opened up the bag, and I just realized it came with a bunch of little cute things. That's cute.
The bag of what?
Revenant bag.
Oh,
I am
Bag of
you've had that for
putting
like 2
her.
weeks.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm putting her behind Cerno now.
Okay.
Yes, the strongest. She must bow to it.
Yeah, MCU really dropped the ball with that. Like, it was still fun, but the only reason Infinity War and Endgame are good is because you followed every movie up to that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
And it was a solid payoff. Really and truly it was. I still think their best writing was with the first handful of movies though.
Yeah,
Think
absolutely.
I really think the first Avengers movie was the best wrap up and they should have stopped there.
They were never going to
Yeah.
stop there, but
Woulda, shoulda,
Yeah.
coulda,
Because
didn't.
all you needed to enjoy the first Avengers movie is Iron Man 1 and 2, Thor, Hulk was optional, and that version of Hulk was kind of like not even included because they completely changed the actors and some of the backstory. And Captain America, Civil War, not Civil War, but Captain America, the First Avenger.
and they were
You
good
only
movies
needed that,
anyway.
and that was
Iron
it.
Man
And
2
you
is
could just keep
debatable, but
watching.
yeah.
Iron Man 2 had weaknesses. It was still solid, I think, compared to some of the later shit we got.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I would sooner watch Iron Man 2 than I would say Captain Marvel because boy, that movie was a letdown
God.
and it really should not have been.
Trash.
My biggest problem with Captain Marvel is
Captain
I mean,
Marvel.
yeah, a lot of it. The only thing that I liked about that movie was the one point where they allowed someone in the Marvel universe not named Spider-Man to have fucking fun with their power. Like, that was the one humanizing moment we got from Carol Danvers where she's like, cool, I'm flying and this is fun. I like flying. Is it stupid? Yes, but at least it was something.
I saw there was something. Someone mixed up DCU with MCU at some point. Oh no, wait, no, sorry. They were comparing the treatment of Carol Danvers and a lot of her comic stuff and the movie stuff. Like she's just a female Hal Jordan, but people gave Hal Jordan. It's like no, a lot of
Okay,
people
first of
hated
all,
Hal Jordan. A lot of people hated
first of
Hal
all,
Jordan, how he
first of
was
all,
written.
a lot of people did not give Hal Jordan a pass, which I want to be clear, Hal Jordan deserves no passes.
There are
13-year-old.
I've seen a single
sorry?
version of Hal Jordan that I actually liked, and it was from.
Oh yeah, no, hang on, I gotta go look this up. I gotta go. I try not to remember the character's name because it's incredibly fucked. But Marvel basically it was a weird combination of like a lolly and a time skip.
Yeah, well, again, part of the thing was they were comparing a DC character to an MC character, but like, I've only seen one version of Hal Jordan that wasn't a complete dickbag, and he was still kind of a dickbag, and it was the one from the New Frontier movie that I just watched last week because it was free on YouTube this month. Kind of a boring movie, but still better than some of the crap they've put out for live action. But it was so funny because it's just a female. Carol Danvers is female. Hal Jordan's like, these are two completely separate things. But sure, let's tackle the fact that you picked one of the most disliked Green Lanterns and saying that people were giving him a pass when they fucking were not.
Isn't Hal supposed to be like funny, likable?
He's
A
supposed
decent
he's
person?
supposed to be like a Playboy pilot, for want of a better term. Like, but yeah, this
I
chick,
think they're
just this chick. She started as a teenager, started crushing on Green Lantern, starts flirting with him. Green Lantern flirts back a little bit. It's like, oh fuck, it's
Oh
a
yeah,
teenager. And then
the
she
space
uses the ring to age herself up.
teenager.
Oh, we got
Now,
an Amy
I
Rose
will
situation
say,
there. Okay.
No, I want
I
to be clear.
am glad.
Not space teenager, like actual sorry. Like, I want to be clear. Not like, oh, it's like an elf where she's 100. No. 13. She was actually 13.
That's
Yeah. Not great. But
I
to be
think the
clear
Green
here,
Lantern everyone liked was Jon Stewart because Jon Stewart was a pretty cool dude.
I will say I think we can all be glad though that they decided to go with Carol Danvers as opposed to some of the other variants of Captain Marvel we've seen.
Such as
The Muslim Nazi.
Here's the thing, if they no, okay. Yes. Okay, I want to be clear. If they'd gone with the original writing, of Kamala Khan, because I want to be clear, the first 2-3 books of Kamala Khan, they're great. It's good writing. It's an interesting perspective on an otherwise, at the time, I want to be clear, at the time, underserved and underexplored section of superheroes. Right? Superheroes who had a religious faith with a religious family, how they squared that with what they were doing, how multi-generational Americans interacted with America. Like, and then after like book 3, they fucking went crazy. But like the first 2 or 3 books are great.
The plot I'm talking about is the part where she helped her friends, admittedly unknowingly at first, and then enthusiastically later. She helped her friends take out toxic trolls and did a bunch of pre-crime against people. And her friends were jailing them in a concentration camp underneath a warehouse, and they were going around wearing effectively Nazi uniforms with, I think they even had the red armband.
You fucking what, mate?
Wait.
They were re-educating the population.
Yeah, no, it was not good.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, this isn't me exaggerating.
I thought that was supposed to be bad.
No, he's not exaggerating. That was a whole art, and
there was even a moment where they had her break into this family's home with the family there, and then drag their white son out for trolling online. Like, he was making shit posts online, and they're like, well, we suspect you of doing pre-crime. You're being arrested.
Just the authors hating on people. Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I want to be clear. After that happened, it took too long, and I don't know how it got. Well, no, I mean I do know how it got passed because there were a number of editors that got fired for that kind of shit. It was
a bad era.
More fired.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, again, too little, too late. Blah blah blah. But right, they did get fired. And they put a hard stop on that run, and we're like, we're gonna be putting Miss Marvel aside for a minute. We're gonna be putting Kamala Khan back on the shelf for a moment, and we'll be bringing her back at a later date.
For a moment.
It's so crazy. Because I hadn't heard any complaints about Kamala Khan being introduced aside from people being like, sort of like the usual, I don't know about this because of the way you guys have been pushing stuff recently, and reaction did seem to be generally kind of positive with how it was being written early on. I
And
didn't
that's
know
just
it
it.
evolved like that because I don't keep up with
Well,
comic
that's
stuff.
Atten can basically back me up on this, but that's effectively how I would say what a near majority, like 75% of comics actually opened up with is like the first issue or two was actually decent and attracted an audience, and then around issue 3 to 5, the person went fucking insane and they just started dumping their politics into it.
Yeah, right. They'll have a very solid, right? The first probably 50 issues, very solid stuff.
Until they figure they can get away with it, and then they start throwing bullshit in. Sound about
Yeah,
Well,
right?
although
it's
I do want to be clear,
so
although
it's
I do think it's important to note the writers had changed.
yes.
Someone else took over Ms. Marvel, so it was not the original writer. Because,
But that was
and I want
also
to be clear,
very frequent
that's
is that they would bring on big name writers for the first couple of issues to bring people in and being like, "Oh, it's that guy who makes the
Oh,
good Spider-Man
okay.
comic. I'm going to
All
read
right.
his new comic."
Okay, so we would get a strong start because it was an established name handling it that actually understood the target audience, and then it was handed off to someone who probably should not be
And a lot of these
writing
people it was handed off to,
for
they
that.
were effectively Nepo hires. Like, they weren't family members, but they
Of
were
course,
people who knew someone
they had a
who
they had a
got them the
friend of a
job.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
It was
the worst part is Kamala Khan, the original writer Sana Amanat. She Amanat, I don't know.
Sana Amanat.
No,
Samana.
like
Da,
it
da,
was
da. Samana.
that was like her
Banana.
first thing. Like
Mhm.
Banana.
that was her first thing
Right.
in 24. She was hired in 2009 and did a bunch of basically nothing projects. And then in 2014, she got her first solo series, which was Ms. Marvel. And she wrote Ms. Marvel, informing it on her own experiences.
Yep.
And then it got taken over, and
Well, I
shit
mean,
went
yeah, because
fucking.
even like that again, that's the whole thing is these people that they replaced them with, their comics would always fail on issue 1.
Yeah.
And why they were replacing these people sign, it wasn't like, oh, they thought they could get away with it. They knew they couldn't get away with it, which is why they were waiting for the comic to be successful first, because the whole thing with the comic book industry, and ultimately what killed shitloads of fucking comic book stores, is that the comic book stores have to pre-order a certain amount, because with a lot of these larger companies, the larger company basically sells packs to them, not individual comic runs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
now, to be
Okay.
clear, part of that was due to and this is something I will go back and harp on the US about ever and always,
Yeah.
we were not enforcing our antitrust laws.
Yes.
Diamond Comics was a monopoly. Or
Yes.
Diamond Distribution was an absolute monopoly. They distributed, it was like 85% of every published comic in the US.
Yeah.
And for
That's
the
crazy.
two biggest, and they distributed 100% of the comics for the two biggest comic creators in the US, and no one ever said, "Hey, should we do something about that?"
Well, it's because the people in power either didn't know
Well,
or didn't care or were paid not to.
well, yes,
Right.
absolutely, but right, the point is, it was abominable, right? What happened in the comics industry was a combination of several things, some of which was absolutely them replacing authors, which it's always tricky on that one because, like, yes, it's the comic industry. No one's going to write the same thing forever. They're gonna be replaced.
They have
Sometimes
to innovate.
it's normal, and then sometimes you get like what happened with Kamala Khan, where they're like, okay, we're gonna put someone crazy in charge now.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, because we wanna ruin it for some reason.
Yes.
Well, no,
actually.
again, it's
The
not that they
message-
It
want to
needs to
ruin it.
push our
It's,
agenda.
it's everything has to push their agenda, and in true, I will refer to the Unsubscribed podcast, and they perfected this as a short. We have a book about how to make the perfect cake, And step 1 is shit into a pan and then put it into the oven for at 450 for an hour. And then when we do that, the oven catches on fire and it smells like shit. And so clearly, it's not
We
the
don't know
recipe's fault,
why.
it's the oven's fault. So we're going to blow
It's
up his house, and we're going to move on
Yep.
to the next house,
Yeah,
and we're going to do
of
it again.
course.
Definitely not the
And
fault of the baker or
the oven burns
or the
down, and it smells like shit.
menu.
And clearly, the oven was at fault again. We just need to blow up the house, move on to the next house again. Eventually,
If we just
we are
try
going
it
to take the
again-
perfect shit in a pan, and it will come out as a cake.
Just
and
got to
that's-
find the right oven.
Yeah, that's their approach,
Of course.
effectively, because they cannot fathom the idea that their ideology might have a flaw in it, because they've turned it into a religion. And so because of that, they see destroying entire industries not as destroying the industry, but as
It's a valid
trying to
sacrifice.
progress to a better future.
And to be
Yes.
clear, it's the fault of the industry for rejecting whatever their thing is.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what the
Yep.
message is. They've done it for every single message across the ages. But yeah, it's like it's very frustrating with these people because they will never learn. There's no lesson for them to learn because there is no problem in their mind that they failed on. It's they did everything perfectly in accordance
did
to
it
their
right.
religion. It's everything else's fault because their religion is correct.
it's your fault for not going along with it.
Yes, exactly. We're glad you understand.
It's pretty much the exact same logic that they use for the burqa.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Related to this, but taking a step back, I've never seen this iteration of Captain Marvel, and this might be my favorite design I've seen from them now.
That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah,
actually really solid.
yeah, I like that.
I like that a lot more than the
Oh.
traditional
that's
masked
pretty solid.
leotard, and far more than the
Yeah.
modern side mohawk thing they have going for her.
Well, don't you know she's a feminist?
I do not like
Well,
to jaw
some
that.
some people look good with a side mohawk, and some don't.
To be
Jack
honest,
Epstein doesn't.
Some.
have never seen someone look good with a side mohawk.
No.
I've seen one person, one
Alright, fair
in my
enough.
entire
They look
life,
like
and that was back in college.
It sounds like someone needs to get shot. Well,
It-
see, that's the problem,
worked
Toaster,
for
is that
them.
you can't. In these sorts of
Yeah.
industries, they don't implement their religion until they have fully infiltrated. And what that means is they have taken effective management control of whatever the industry is.
Yeah.
You see this all the time when it came to video games, is another great one. Where they would work their way up, and when they came in as a designer, they were fine. When they moved up to senior designer, they were
Ooh.
fine. When they moved up to middle management, they were fine. And then finally, once they got into a position that dictated hiring, and they started hiring all of their, their religious cult buddies. And then, once they achieved a sufficient mass, a tumorous mass inside the company, then they started dictating
Ooh.
policies. And you couldn't fire them at that
Yes.
point because then that would be firing 30% of your workforce. And to a company where every hour is money lost, you can't do that.
Sure, but at some point, the company's got to sit down and realize, wow, we'll lose, this 30% of our workforce, but that 30% of the workforce has cost us 80% of projected profits over the last 3 years.
See, it's
But
yeah,
see,
but
that's
we
just
need
the
to
problem.
keep them.
Yeah, the other problem, though, is a legal issue. Is that
Yep.
even if you fire this
It's discrimination.
30% with direct, proof of effectively these people were doing a subpar job, these people were introducing games and then lying to our investors about how well they would sell. They were misrepresenting target deadlines. They were misdelivering. They were giving investors a different slice than what was actually being done. Because that was another one. I forget what company that was, but they literally made an in-house game to sell to investors, and then the game they were actually producing was something completely different.
I
And
think
they
I
lied
remember
to
that.
investors the entire time. I forget what company that was.
Wasn't it Ubisoft?
Maybe. I don't think so. I
Certainly
thought it
sounds
was a
like
AA
Ubisoft.
company. Either,
How recent was this?
oh, I would have to say maybe 3 to 4 years ago at this point.
Okay, because we just had a similar situation where developer was lying about how money was being spent because it doesn't make sense otherwise with the Like a Dragon creator.
Oh, no.
Oh wow, Like a Dragon was
But
lying.
that the new game that they were supposedly creating over the last 4 or 5 years, and it's like, cool, we pumped a few million. Where's the game? I think their investor was I think this was a Tencent investment too, and
Konami,
they weren't
wasn't it?
happy about it in the slightest.
No shit.
No,
And now it's
weren't
Oh,
happy.
Tencent
Gee,
got ripped off.
Yeah, wow.
Whatever will the gaming industry do about this?
Yeah, right. They'll
how
just have to
terrible.
release another League of Legends pack.
We weep. We weep.
But you know, it's a very massive problem because you can't fire them because these sorts of people are very litigious, and even if they're going to lose the legal battle in the end, the legal battle's still going to
They,
take
yep.
years, and it's going to grind you to a halt because the courts will probably argue that you can't replace them inside the company until the legal battle's over, so you're only working with a third of your workforce, and then you're spending half of your money that you should be spending on the video game on instead
On
on the
litigation.
litigation, and you're probably also going to be ordered by the courts to keep paying all of these employees who also don't have to work because
Pay them
it's
back
not.
pay.
Yeah, like there's a whole shitload of things that even if the company wins in the end, they are going to be extracting blood from a rock from the people who were, brought up the suit initially. And it's like, oh no, they got slapped. They'll just see that as a righteous thing. And honestly, most of the companies did this themselves because they went to fucking California. And ultimately, in the end, even if they then got slapped with a countersuit, the judge would probably fucking dismiss it. And part of the anti-slap law of like,
Yep.
no, you can't punish this person for bringing this. And so the company's going to recover probably effectively no funds. They're going to spend a shitload of their money, and they're going to be down for a fuck long time, and the investors are going to be like, where's the game?
Well, we don't have a game.
And so it's going to collapse the company. It's going to kill the company flat outright. Indian Amazon is a goal. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Indian
Apparently,
Amazon, what?
yeah, Amazon segregates its customer bases by
Oh, yeah.
certain larger.
Yeah.
I mean, that in
Australia,
and of itself.
I
America,
Here's the
don't,
thing.
UK.
That in and of
I don't like
itself.
those search autocompletes. I really don't like those.
Don't worry, they get worse.
I'm sure they do.
It's a whole thread of just some of the silliest shit. Like, it's a picture of lingerie. Is woman included in purchase? No.
It's
What? Why
$20,
not? That's a
sir.
ripoff.
Other ones are condom small 15-year-old boy, condom very small, condom smallest, condom extremely small, condom size less than 10 millimeter girth.
Excuse you?
Penis growth oil, penis growth capsule,
Fucking.
penis wash, penis cap, penis exercise.
Need those Swedish.
Swedish penis pump.
Yes,
I
thank you
swear
for
that's
saying
not
it.
mine, baby.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying it out loud.
it's bad. It's bad.
It's not mine, baby.
Did I really? Oh, okay. We're just gonna. Cool. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. It's
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I do understand segregating your searches, like, because obviously, a bunch of things that people in China search for are not going to be useful or wanted by the American market.
You're
Obviously,
also really
segregation
not
is
gonna
fine.
want the Americans to know about certain products.
The ones they can get in China that they can't get here?
The ones they can get in India and they can't get here.
Like what?
Bottled cow piss, cow
Ah.
patties,
Ah.
hand ground cow manure for incense purposes.
You mean for what was it? Sanitizing a restaurant?
Yeah, yeah. There's a whole gauntlet of special India products based around piss and shit. And there was even I remember even one thread I saw about a guy who reviewed every single cow feces product on Indian Amazon, and he would describe the texture, the taste, the grit to it, and then whether or not it was authentic cow shit.
Jesus.
Okay. That is woo. India. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. There was another guy who
Wow.
tried on a shitload of female underwear, and he would model for it in the review, and he would describe the sensations.
I don't like
Thank you very much. You didn't
that.
need to tell us any of that.
I mean, I'm
I
sure
don't
there's.
like that.
Okay, no, hang on. I'm sure that exists on most versions. I doubt that one's India exclusive.
No, I didn't say it was India exclusive.
Oh, no,
That
no,
says
no, no, no.
India
I'm not saying
exclusive.
you
I'm
did.
just
I'm
saying
just
it's
saying,
happened.
I'm like, we're talking about
Yeah.
things you're not going to find in it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think that one's India exclusive.
No, I was just bringing up things that I've seen as well.
Ah, yes, I understand.
Yeah.
He's seen things you wouldn't believe.
You've
Unfortunately,
seen some shit.
But I mean,
this is the internet.
I
believe it.
I have seen some
Ooh.
shit, especially when it comes to China. Some of the most wild sales going on in China, where they have like whole warehouses of streamers who literally would pick things
God,
up
Lee,
off
those
of
are
a
depressing.
conveyor belt. That like there was like a conveyor belt goes around the warehouse, and the streamer would off screen pick up the next product they were going to sell on stream, and then talk about that product for 5 to 10 minutes, and then pick up the next one off the conveyor belt.
Wow, that is
Oh yeah, no,
horribly depressing.
Oh
no.
yeah, and they
Simon,
would be
have
paid
you seen the
like a
streamer
penny.
factories?
Oh god, it's bad.
Aware of
Yeah.
the streamer factories, yeah.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Fine. I want you to take that streamer factory, and now you're adding a conveyor belt of cheap garbage.
Cheap
Oh.
Chinesium crap, yes.
And I gotta say, it's one of the most like crazy cultural things I've ever seen in terms of the reason why it's done is because everyone's scamming everyone. And so obviously you have to scam someone so when your money gets scammed, you have more money.
That is the most
That's the cultural theory.
Chinese thing I have heard today.
Modern Chinese, yes. And it's crazy because it also applies to their food. It's like, oh yeah, I coat all of my tomatoes in government illegal pesticides, and I know my tomatoes are coated in it, so I'll just not eat my tomatoes. Like, basically every farmer acts like they're the only one doing the hilariously illegal stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a winning
Well,
strategy, you say?
well. In happier news, GOG just got the original Metro 2033 up and going.
Oh,
So
neat.
that's no longer in delisted hell.
Oh, nice.
What got up and going?
The original 2033.
Oh, nice, nice,
Not the
nice.
Redux, the original from 2010, which the Redux completely fucked up the atmosphere and lighting of. Completely.
Yep, yep.
In exchange for better gunplay, which, on the one hand, I guess fair enough. On the other hand,
On the other hand, why would
the
you do
original
that?
Metro 2033 still leaves me a little, like, creeped out with certain sections. The Redux did nothing. They're also on sale for $3 a piece, so grab those before the company changes its mind again and has them delisted again. Because I'm sure that'll happen eventually.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, It is what it is.
It is, in fact, what it is.
Yeah.
I'm tired of things being it is what it is.
Well,
I'd like things to
unfortunately,
be
Max,
what they were.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that would that would take a couple of things happening, and no one wants to do those things. So
Unfortunately,
can't
that would
just
cut into the
press
bottom
the
line,
win.
sir.
You
That would
can't just
hurt the
press
investors. Don't you care about the poor investors?
The fix everything button. You can't press it.
No, fuck the investors.
Well, yes, of
Yeah.
course. That's.
Well,
I
the
mean
problem sign is there is a fix everything button, but I don't want to press it because it's a horrible button to press, because I know what it means to press
I
the
know
button.
what it means too, and
yeah, and
sometimes you have to press the button.
I don't want the button pressed. Like that's always been my thing, is I know what happens if the fix everything button is pressed. I don't want the result of the fix everything button. I want things to be fixed, and I keep advocating for all of the ways. Like, here's the thing, right? We are on a road, and at the end of this road, there is no road. It's a dead end off a cliff. Except there is a ramp right at the end of the dead end road, and it will launch us from one side of the gorge to the other. And I know what happens if we take that ramp that saves us. All I'm saying, and I've been saying it for years, is can we just take any of the hundreds of exits off of this road and just go around the gorge?
Nope.
We don't need to drive off the edge. We can just go around the gorge. Because of what's going to happen.
I can't hear you. I'm driving for the edge of the gorge.
No, unfortunately, I wish that's what it was. Because what it really is at the end of the day, the NIMBY is driving the car. And they are driving forward because maybe the bridge will be fixed by the time we get there. I don't want to take an exit that's going to add extra hours to our trip. You don't know the bridge won't be there when we get there. It would be mean to take longer. It would inconvenience me to take longer.
It would hurt someone's feelings if we took the bridge that other people didn't get to take.
Something like that, right? And it's just, but the problem is with the NIMBY, is they're not religious. They aren't going to drive us off the edge. they are going to, at last second, as they see the dead end come before them, they are going to grab the lifeline that is that ramp, and they're going to swerve towards it. And they're going to hit the fix everything button. And then a shitload of people are going to die.
Yes.
And
Unfortunately.
all I've been saying is maybe we don't do that.
We're at the point where if we want things fixed, we kind of
We're
have
rapidly
to.
approaching. We still have exits. There are
We have
still exits
but
for us to take.
See, to me, that's the
but
thing that's
oh
infuriating.
boy,
There's a ton of exits that we could take.
Oh, no,
We're not
Toaster. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist. I know we won't take those exits. I want us to take those exits. I'll advocate to the end of my days saying we need to take the
for
exits.
exit taking.
See, the optimist
But I know we're not
would
going to.
say, the optimist would say, we will take those exits. The realist says, I'd really like to take those exits, please.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I am looking at the gorge approaching us, and I know exactly what's going to happen.
It's gonna be bad. Okay.
The funny thing is that the NIMBYs in this situation will be all millennials at that point. I wouldn't say funny.
Funny. Oh shit! Not funny. Haha.
Because again, here's the problem. Right. In this scenario, these NIMBYs have very little. And that's why they advocate so hard the way they do, is because they have something. They have something to lose. And they don't want the hypothetical loss that could possibly happen to what little they have. But when the time comes and the choice is lose everything or do whatever it takes to keep what they still have, they're going to do what they've always done, and they're going to take the choice that lets them keep what they still have. And they will do anything to do it. It's going to be worse because it's millennials. They're the ones who rant and rave about the boomers the most, only to be exactly their shadow.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, it is, they learn from the best.
Yeah. I would say again, not to harp, this all comes back to a bunch of, not sign, but boomers who were stupid and were like, if I just ignore this inconvenient law, I can get mine. If I don't enforce this standard, I can make a lot of money. And we can just start enforcing it later, and nothing bad will happen.
And then not only
Hey, remember
that,
that 95% of there's so much bullshit in the atmosphere because a whole bunch of people were like, hey, we can put lead in gasoline, it won't cause a problem. And then when people found out, they were like, we're going to lobby to keep it for a couple more years so we can make more money.
Yeah. Yeah, we can water down our gasoline with lead. Great plan.
Well, yeah, and again, it's not just that, right? It's 1,001 things that these people did that just steadily made everything worse. But that's okay. I'll only make some money off of it, and then I'll fix it. I promise.
Well, it's not only that. It's the very Chinese way of going about it, too. It was...
Oh, yeah.
Every boomer was thinking, only I am doing this. Oh, what was the fucking, the meme I posted a while back in the conf group?
Forget.
You will have to be more specific, sir.
Do you have any idea how little it narrows it down?
Yes, actually, it narrows it down quite significantly. Okay, so inside this channel, from me, and then it's with an image. Let's see here. Let's see here. Wow, I've posted a lot of these.
So I'm sorry, it didn't narrow it down, you say?
No, they're all really good. They're all massive bangers. You like this one? I'll repost this one. Man, AI has come so far.
Right?
That was from a long time ago, too. Shit, maybe it wasn't me who posted it. No, I definitely posted it. No, I even sent it to Max. It was the meme of everyone thinking. And they're like, only I am compromising our security or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
And
one.
it's just like, no, you fucking retards. And it's all of these people. All of these people do this. Everyone thinks, oh, well, only I am compromising the system. Because, oh, I'm really smart. No one else will notice if I compromise the system. Says literally everyone compromising the system.
Oh, yes.
And they're all so fucking stupid that they don't ever even comprehend the idea that possibly everyone around them is thinking the same thing.
Everyone around them is also compromising the system.
Damn.
Surely not everyone would think to sell our company secrets for money. That would ruin the company.
Yeah.
Hey, Jenkins, we noticed that you sold company secrets. You want to explain that one?
I needed money.
I needed it. You don't understand. I needed it.
I needed a new pair of whatever the fucks.
Whatever the fox, yes.
All right, well, I mean, whatever the fox, they are pretty good this year. We'll let it slide.
What was that? No fox given?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is that? Okay, so it is right there, and then I just have to. Why did they fucking? Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Why do they do that? Why do they do this?
Because fuck you, that's why.
This is the dumbest shit in existence, and I hate it. Okay, we're just gonna have to fucking so fucking stupid. I fucking hate it so fucking much. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. Okay.
You good,
So I turned off streamer mode so I could go search for shit, because I'm not allowed to search for things when I'm in streamer mode for some fucking reason. Yeah, I don't.
That's weird.
I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. I can't search for things when I'm in streamer mode, so I turned it off, and then I want to go turn it back on, but I don't know how to fucking turn it back on. Because I went and searched how to turn back on streamer mode, and Discord's own fucking help center is giving me instructions to a UI they got rid of 2 years ago.
course.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I love when Sneaky's loud enough to overcome the 1% volume on the stream. And I
Yeah.
can clearly hear it.
This man is so angry.
Man
Least
too
angry.
angry.
He
to be
will not
silenced.
be contained by the 1% volume in the background.
Least angry Sneaky moment.
Yeah, and we've ruined our mobile app. They've ruined more than just their fucking mobile app. And it's like, you know, I genuinely do try to not curse. I
Yeah,
do.
you say there's
And then I get
a
pissed.
relatively small amount of cursing on the show.
Surprising.
Yeah, and then I get pissed and I start saying fuck left and right.
I think most of us got our innate desire to cuss out of the way with our college years, to be honest, because Sneaky first got in voice calls with me. I swore like a sailor while I was in college, in private.
To be fair, you were in college.
No. Like I said, I was getting it all out of my system.
Oh, no, I
Man.
meant you were swearing because you were in college.
Yeah, it was just more of a that was the done thing.
No. Like, because he's in the location.
Yes. That too.
Yeah. I know I swore a lot, but that was because my college life deserved some swearing.
In fairness, you really must agree. Some of that was self-inflicted. A fair chunk of it wasn't, but some of it was.
Only some, huh?
Only every time I played a video game with either of you. That was all self-inflicted.
To be fair, things got heated.
Heated?
Yeah.
Heated? I
Heated or
needed
yeeted?
to. I genuinely thought I would need to prevent a homicide from you two sometimes.
Look, sometimes it was warranted. You know what you
Warranted,
did.
huh?
Warranted?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you drink the stupid juice today, Nose?
Yes, I
Today.
did. Hey, dipshit McGee, you want to shut the fuck up?
No.
Mm.
So, anyway. What do we go looking for tonight, gentlemen?
A good story that doesn't suck.
Wow. You
I know,
are
been
asking
possible,
for
I
a bit
know.
much.
You're asking for a lot,
I know,
dude.
my standards are high.
Good story that doesn't suck. Sneaky would have to dig back into his archives if we want that.
Yeah, I'd actually have to go on my favorites list if we wanted to read one of those.
Oh,
Which,
Ghost
I will
in the
say,
City? That
so
started
to shut
updating
everyone
again.
up, I went and they stipulated no Saras stories. Someone asked me that because I'm shit talking all of these recs on Sign's free channel, that I should go. I should give some recs clearly then, right? So yeah.
Is this when the guy was like, "Well, I'd like to shit talk these, but they're all good." So
Yeah.
You shared this one. It's like, oh, so you think you have a gotcha moment, but you're saying this to Sneaky.
Yeah, what's the fucking golden win?
Sneaky is someone who is very hard to get in a gotcha moment. It's exceedingly difficult. It has been done.
You
I
can
could
get
probably
me.
count on one hand the amount of times I've gotten him. And he can do probably likewise for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've never seen a stranger get one over on Sneaky.
No.
Ever.
I've seen strangers make Sneaky
if it's
apoplectically
happened,
mad.
and by the way, Sneaky's the kind of person that if someone got one over on him, he would come and tell me because he'd find it hilarious as shit that someone managed it.
Yeah. Like I did every single time that someone has. Fanfics on my fanfic stream? Yeah, I know.
In the last 15 minutes of the show.
This hasn't been a fanfiction stream since the start of the year, though. This has been a
Perish.
Crashout stream, so...
Man, I've been crashing out. I am staying true.
Sneaky went out of his way to change the genre of the podcast, and he has stuck to that genre shift, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, none of you wanted me to read fan fiction, so I'm just adapting to the times.
You know, a normal person would have just said, okay, then we're just going to be done with the stream. Not Sneaky. No, not Sneaky. No.
Of course not.
He'll just rebrand.
Exactly. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Something I was gonna say. Oh, right. So I just fucking dumped a whole shitload of favorites on them, and they were like, "Wow, you have 500 favorites." I was like, "Ha, no. I have 2,000 favorites, and that's
Cool.
about a fifth of the size of stories I'm following."
This is merely the beginning of my pile.
You underestimate my power. But the reason why I'm bringing this up again is because when I was going for favorites, pretty much everything I would recommend, I think the last time I would say the last time 90% of the stories I recommended either updated or when they were finished was 2018.
Sounds about right. That was when
I mean,
some of
listen,
the last good
I
stories
was
were
starting to
updated.
get worried. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, Sarah's finally updated.
Right.
Guess they're not dead for another 2 months.
Well, no, see, they started updating a lot more because they decided that they weren't going to work a normal job anymore. They were going to make money off of fan fiction.
Oh, that's a mistake.
How will that go?
It's going pretty good for them, but the content they're putting out's pretty dog water.
Well, I mean, they're having to put out content that
Yeah, I was gonna
their
say that being the
subscribers
case,
like.
then I'm glad some of the I guess I'm glad the stories I was following haven't been updating lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
I'm going to be honest.
Unfortunately.
I'm actually kind of baffled about some of these story numbers. But at the same time, I'm not surprised at all. Like, Sekiro enslaved Ozzy to the West, Lollipop Chainsaw, and Crusader Kings, and Red Faction, and Prey, and Baldi's Basics all have the same number of stories.
That's interesting.
Which is 35.
How does Sekiro have so few?
How does
Probably 'cause
Baldi's Basics have 35?
It was apparently a bigger
filtered.
thing when, like, yeah, I was gonna say Sekiro filtered people. Understandably, it filtered people, but still, it filtered
No?
people.
No? It's so generous.
There are some people I know some people who absolutely cannot stand Sekiro because they're like, I genuinely cannot parry. They genuinely cannot parry.
Then that's a skill issue on their part, and they should shut up.
Well, they are
Like-
Aussie.
Well,
Like,
it's why I don't play it. I've said this before. I'm terrible at Sekiro, and I'm terrible at games like Sekiro. I'm terrible at Terraria. I'm terrible at a whole host of games because when my mind sees something happening, I'm like, oh, a projectile is coming towards me. My mind's reaction is move out of the way of it. And I do that, and the game's like, no, you didn't dodge it correctly. It's like, huh? You were supposed to dodge left on that projectile, not backwards. I'm like, but I didn't get hit by it. But it hits you anyway because you didn't dodge left, which was the cancellation mechanism for the projectile. It's like, oh, okay. And I can only handle that so much of stuff that blatantly shouldn't hit me, but because I didn't input the correct button that's canceling the damage, it hits me anyway.
Yeah. It's kind of stupid.
So I just don't play those games. Like, I don't go around going, "Oh, this game's bad," but I also just don't play those games.
Well, and guess what? That's fine. That's a normal fucking thing to do. Oh, I don't like this, or I'm not good at this. Bye.
Speaking of things that you aren't good at or don't like, you know what? We will talk about this instead of fan fiction because I kind of want to crash out about the guy.
What do you want to talk about?
Subnautica.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dota.
That
boy.
bullshit.
Oh boy.
Fucking
All right.
Subnautica.
I got to listen to some of this on Sunday. Oh boy.
So, I learned more information, or I should say more, I was reminded of certain information that I knew, but I didn't realize they were being serious about. So when Subnautica 1 came out, they removed guns from the game. There was originally guns in Subnautica 1. Then they removed them. You know why they removed them? I'll tell you why they removed them. They removed the guns because Sandy Hook happened, and the devs wanted to signal boost a world without firearms, because guns kill people, not people. Whatever. It was a fine game after it fully came out, after all the story was officially posted finally. It was an okay game. It was a fairly mediocre survival game, very tedious, but the story was kind of cool. I liked the ocean design. I thought the Leviathans were neat. A lot could have been done to make the game better, which is why I was excited for the second Subnautica game. I was like, surely they have learned a bunch from the first game and now are making a superior sequel.
Nope.
And then Below Zero happened, and pretty much they went the opposite direction of everything in Subnautica 1. The ocean was smaller. Half of the story was on land instead of under the water.
Under the sea.
You know, subnautic. like honestly, like Subnautica 1 had great moments where you're the first encounter with the sea dragon, right? Or the sea drake or whatever they call it, the one that's in the volcano. And you're taking you're feeling like you're hot shit, and you're taking your sub down into the depths, and you see this giant fucking skeleton, and you scan it, and it's like Hyper Leviathan, and you're like, oh wow, I'm sure am glad that's dead. And then you hear roaring as you get closer, and you're like, okay, maybe we can handle it. And then you fucking open up into a caldera, and it's just a fucking giant dragon inside it, and you're like, oh shit, that's pretty bad. I'll just go along the edge here and be all stealthy, and then it shoots a fucking rock at you, and you're like, oh Jesus.
Fuck me, right?
I mean, and again, right, the first time you see the giant fuck off alien gun,
and
it blows up the people coming to rescue you.
Yeah.
The first time you get into the alien structure, honestly, so full disclosure, I did not pay money for Subnautica. I played it at other people's at a friend's house, and we blitzed through it. But
yeah,
I didn't mind not being able to hurt them, because here's the thing. At the time, while it was obviously a decision not to give me a weapon,
I mean, you got a knife, and that was good enough for like the small
Yeah,
characters, obviously.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, here's the thing. I had the knife to keep the small stuff off me, and when they the everything you're getting is from this corporate hellish dystopia, and it tells you that everything you use. A lot of people missed this. It tells you at the beginning of the game in the life pod that we're going to keep a record of everything you fabricate and every
Yeah.
single material that you use, and you will be charged for it upon your return to civilization. I was like, oh, of course, the corporate hell entity didn't give them the ability to print guns, because why would the corporate hell entity give them the ability to print guns?
But also, as far as I was aware, this was supposed to be a pleasure cruise or something.
Yeah, it was not supposed to be something where you want people to have the ability to 3D print weapons, right? So even though it was obviously a deliberate choice, it didn't feel that bad, and the only things I couldn't defend myself from were the huge giant fuck off sea dragon. You know what? I'm fine with the game not letting me being able to kill that, right? Just like I'm fine with in Resident Evil 2, you can't kill Mr. X
Right.
until the prescribed time. You can
Right.
shoot him, but you're wasting your bullets, and the game
Right.
makes it very clear it's a waste of your bullets. It is, you don't fight them, you avoid them. That's a common survival trope of you
Right.
can't fight this thing, run away from it.
But what separates a survival game from a horror game is that in a horror game you can't beat what's chasing you.
Yes.
That's what makes it horror. In a survival game, you do get to kill at least some of the things chasing you. And that was the plot for Subnautica 1. And apparently, nearly losing their company to a commie, and then losing their company to hypercapitalism, just did not make things better. So Subnautica 2 comes out, and everyone notices a very weird thing. The developers seem to have forgotten to include a knife in the game to protect ourselves with.
Ben, that knife might.
You want a knife?
And people
mate, you
bring
don't
this
have a
up to the
license for it.
developer of, hey, when's the knife coming into the game? When's the knife coming in? The predators are really annoying. Because here's the thing, right? Is the predators in Subnautica 2 do chip damage. It's not like in Subnautica 1 where one bite took a chunk out of your HP. No, these guys do chip damage, but they harass you constantly. They don't leave you alone. They blow up all your shit with constant chip damage. But to balance it out, air quotes, you can't harm them. You can't stun them.
That's not balanced.
You can't distract them.
Oh, so they can just
like
hurt
at
you all they
least let
want.
me put up like a Coder 1 Sonic thing. Like, you know what? Let me
Right.
just put up some little emitters that make an unpleasant sound and make them leave.
Which
Nope.
is actually a thing, by the way. That's not even sci-fi. That's literally what we do.
No,
IRL.
I'm aware, but
I know, I'm
right,
just saying, that's literally we don't even need to sci-fi our way into this as a solution. We already have underwater solutions to critter problems. But the game devs are like, no, we've taken it a step farther in Subnautica 2. Our belief is pacifism, and that humans need to get used to not being on the top of the food chain.
Well,
Yes,
they are
I
more than
have-
It's all
welcome
very
to
well
go
and good for you to
into
say
the
from,
wild
your
and
Right.
start on that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll
If-
be
it's all
if
very
here
you're
good
gonna
for you.
if you're gonna do
in my
that,
house.
quit your job, go to the mountains,
Right.
live off the land, no guns, no modern tools, and prove your point.
Get
But
out of
not
your
just no
San
gun
Fran
factory,
apartment immediately.
harm nothing in there. And by the way, also don't be colonial about it. Whatever the hell that means.
Yeah. Don't you? Well, what that
Don't
means is
colonize.
you can't go to somewhere else and change the environment at all. So you can't chop down a tree to build a house. Because that's taking a tree away from the native life.
I thought we already discussed this as like a species when people were saying, "Oh, transhumanism and Deus Ex is bad," and I was like, "Okay, we all use other bullshit in our life, right?"
Yeah, we do tons of transhumanist shit already. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, it's not like replacing our fucking limbs yet, but
Granted,
I am
I mean,
sure the second we get viable limb replacements, we're gonna have so much of humanity replace their limbs, not
Yeah.
because
Well,
they
okay.
need their limbs replaced, not because it would make
'Cause they
their
want
jobs
to.
better, because it would just inconvenience them less. Of like, oh, well, my wrist doesn't hurt when I use the computer for 20 hours a day. Oh, what are you doing on the computer? Jacking off. Okay. Well,
Why
maybe
don't
have
you
you
get the
considered
Auto
not
Jacker
jacking off for 20
9000?
hours?
impressive, honestly.
Honestly, no, it's actually not. It's actually a major
just
problem for a lot of porn-addicted people, is it becomes incredibly hard to actually goon, which is why it takes their goon sessions so long.
I was mostly joking, but okay.
Well, no, it's like an actual genuine
I
problem.
understand it is. I understand.
They had to reset. They're not going to. You had to go a month without doing anything. No stimulus. Pull back. It's just like any other
Is that why it takes
addictive
Sign a year to
thing.
goon? Yeah, it's why his porn updates are so slow.
No, it's because I mostly got out of writing porn these days, thanks to some fuckers.
Oh,
Can't
I'm
imagine who.
sorry,
Yeah.
Sign.
Oh no.
I'm
They've
only
helped your
earning you money.
take off.
Right?
How terrible of me. I only made you one of the most popular authors on several websites. Ah!
Porn author dissuaded from writing porn.
Porn author
Ugh,
realizes he can make
Just
more money
consider it
writing
my
not
religious
porn.
service.
writing plot.
But yeah, like again, just the whole thing is just
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I think one of the peak things possible was everyone getting mad at Sign for writing porn. Finally, for the Tanya story, so
That
many
was
people were mad he wrote porn. That was the
The
funniest shit in
Ooh,
existence.
the
that was
absolute
so much bullshit.
vindication you had to have had for that, Sneaky.
I had a lot of vindication. Yes.
That was
Yes.
so much bullshit. That was.
As you can see, Sign is still salty about it to this day.
I am malding.
People
Sign,
are
it's
already
not our
freaking out about
fault.
his planetary management story.
Oh
What do you
god.
mean?
Yeah, by the way, Sign, it's no one's fault
You
but
know.
your own that apparently your skill at writing porn is garbage compared to just writing something normal by comparison.
Well,
No,
I mean,
that's the
it's
problem.
just-
I write good porn. I just write better plot.
yeah, but that's what we're saying.
And people are getting
Do you-
tired of porn from everyone. They won't plot.
Speaking of which, he did 100 chapters of Space Tanya. Gotta go start reading it now. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
It's 101
Yeah, I guess so.
right now, I think.
Yes.
Something like
I
that.
would say 101 chapters in, we are finally to the MSQ.
Well,
We've finally reached the main story.
Hooray.
All jokes aside, we've been in the main story for a very long time. It's just we've now finally reached canon.
We've hit episode
Sort
1.
of.
Yes.
We've sort of reached canon.
We've hit episode 1.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I skipped
And boy
episode
howdy,
1.
is it a much worse episode 1.
Excuse you?
As in, what's happening on Naboo is much worse.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So all of the devs weren't done there. Of course not. Why would the devs be done there? They had to double down. When people complained that it made no sense and that the devs were telling them to basically go commit suicide to feed sharks, they said, if you don't like our game, go play something else. Like, was it fucking Dead something or whatever?
Sons of the Forest.
Sons of the Forest, right? Yeah, Sons of the Forest, yeah. And it's just like, wow.
Sons of the Forest is a solid game.
Yeah, but
Yes,
you kill a lot of people in it.
Oh yeah,
and that's what they're equating. By the way, I just want to be clear here. The reason they chose Sons of the Forest for a reason is they are equating killing fish that are attacking you to a Nazi eugenics project and mass murder.
I beg your pardon.
yeah, that seems about right. I don't see a problem with that comparison.
It's not the kind of comparison I'd want my game to be known for, but yeah,
I mean,
what they chose.
kind of, yeah.
Sounds
I
like what
would
I'd
say
expect from a modern game dev.
They expressly chose that.
Yeah, it's not like that was a whoopsie daisy. We accidentally paralleled Nazi eugenics project. That was kind of a.
I mean, it is possible to do that, but yeah.
It's possible to do that in a horseshoe style, but it's not exactly like it was unintentional.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's possible to do it in like a horseshoe style, but yeah, it's anyway.
You definitely intended to do it, just
yeah, not quite the way you did it.
Yeah.
I do want to take a moment to just say, yeah, Sign, I genuinely did not mean that. I just meant that in a Naboo's going to be having a much worse day than it did in the actual episode 1.
Oh, no. Gotcha, I was just joking.
That's fine. I was just like,
it's terrible. It's shit. You're worse than Georgia.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's some slurs.
At least it's still better than episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Unfortunately, one of the droid control ships was struck and entered into a decay orbit above Naboo, which just so happened to cause the entire droid control ship to crash land directly into the Gungan city.
Oh, don't tempt me. I'm already trying to consider how I can kill off Jar Jar. If I have to extinct his entire species to do it, I will.
You should. They're a bunch of racist assholes.
True.
Don't forget that the Gungans
fairness,
originally were selling out the Naboo people to the Trade Federation.
Now, in fairness, it was their planet first, and they were, in fact, fairly brutally suppressed. Remember, the Naboo that we get now is not the Naboo that showed up.
The Nabooians that showed up had concentration camps for the Gungans.
Yeah, it's like, remember, Alderaan only became a haven of peace and nonviolence after a lot of murder and noble murder. Like, they had a whole Game of Thrones thing going on.
So, Atten, what you're telling me is that we can
regularly
achieve utopia if we just kill enough of the right people.
That's not what you said, and you know it.
It wasn't the right people. It was just a lot of people.
Oh, that makes it even easier.
I know. And then the Alderaanians eventually said, guys, what if, hear me out, this is crazy, what if we stopped murdering each other over who used the wrong fork at dinner?
Fork it.
And that guy got murdered. But then 100 years later, somebody else said it, and the planet was on the verge of becoming an ecological wasteland, and everybody said, fine, it's unreasonable to ask this of me, but I will not kill them for using the wrong fork. Are you happy?
Yes.
So they went from a drow society to something approaching human.
Yes. Genuinely, the history of Alderaan is insane. It is insane. But yeah, no, the original settlers
was
on
very
Naboo, back to
French.
Sneaky's point, not uh not very democratic,
Not
not
exactly
Yeah.
very
peaceful.
friendly.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did all vote to kill all the Gungans.
That's true. They did vote on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of deserved.
No,
Something happened to the Gungans.
no, they didn't do any. They had, in fact, welcomed them to their planet. Okay, look, I want to be clear. Whoever was writing it was not being subtle. They welcomed the people of Naboo and gave them a feast and said, "Let's all be friends."
Oh, oh dear.
They just went whole hog with the.
There was
The
not a lot of
propaganda.
subtlety going
Yeah.
on.
The
Yeah,
Native American propaganda.
It is crazy that Nose is apparently completely fine with genociding a completely innocent race that had done nothing but be friendly, though. It's
Innocent.
crazy.
They
That,
gave us Jar Jar.
But no, you don't
They
understand,
hadn't
Max.
done that yet.
No, but Max, you don't understand. According to Nose, it's completely fine to genocide an entire group of people because they slightly inconvenienced him.
I didn't say that.
that's on record now.
Is
Yeah,
it
no, that is.
Erica over there?
Oh, hold on a minute.
Is that
I didn't
Erica
say
I
that.
hear in the
You put the
background?
words in my mouth.
No, I didn't. You're the one that
Yeah, you
said
did.
multiple times that you want to genocide the Gungans and total Gungan death is deserved. You literally said that. We have video evidence of you saying that.
We have
we heard
the
TTV.
files.
Well, technically, as it turns out, Jar Jar was responsible for the rise of.
Do
Palpatine,
not make
therefore
me
I'm-
ban you, Nose.
What, for saying something? What? For challenging the narrative? Alright.
You know exactly what Jar Jar represented. You know exactly what fucking Lucas was
And
doing
we're all
with
saying,
that character.
do not go there, Nose.
I didn't say any of it. What?
You were going there.
I
You
didn't
were
say
you were encroaching.
Nose?
He
We're
was thinking
giving-
about it.
We're putting the warning down in the same way we've put warnings down for a lot of people on this show.
Also, I mean, like, come on, you kind of give me shit every single time I say I'm just saying, and then follow it up with something.
Just saying.
Oh
I'm
God, Phoenix.
just saying.
I still want
If
to know.
half elves weren't made to be a thing,
You wouldn't
You
be able to
know?
breed them.
yeah.
I'd
What do you
still
say to that,
know-
Warhammer Fantasy?
I still want to know what fucking control groups are like. Yeah, keep Jar Jar. The kids love him. It's like I didn't know any kids
No, I
in
don't.
my
I
age
don't know
group
anyone
that
that
like Jar
liked
Jar
him.
Jar was
No.
just there. Like
He was
had,
hated.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, no, what
it
it was
was
is that Jar
His-
Jar
his-
reminded every kid of the annoying one that everyone was forced to
His-
play with.
I was
his
gonna say Jar
best
Jar was
scene-
occasionally a few laughs, and that's about it.
No.
his best scene was him having his tongue caught by Qui-Gon. It's like, dude, stop
do that
being
again.
rude, and I'll give your tongue back to you.
Yeah.
That was
You're
the best
losing tongue
scene for
privileges.
Jar Jar.
Also, when the man with the immediate cauterization button says, "I'm going to take away your tongue privileges,"
Using
That
your
should have
tongue
been
as a
that
privilege,
should have been
not
spoken
right.
out loud, but no, the implied threat was there, and we all knew it, even that young.
Yep.
It's like, you do that again, I'll kill you. Stop doing it.
Yeah, pretty much everyone had the response of that to Jar Jar existing in their general direction.
Yeah, I genuinely, I don't think I never knew anyone, even as a kid. It's like, yeah, Jar Jar was cool. It's like, no, Jar Jar was just kind of there. Even as a kid, you caught on real quick to the whole like, oh, that's why he was kicked out.
oh,
He was
he's
a
annoying.
living stereotype, and that was annoying.
I'm gonna not say it. I'm gonna
Good.
not say it. Instead, I pretty much crashed out completely about Subnautica. Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to rant about on that one. In other news, Helldivers is announcing they are moving off of Endguard and are moving on to Easy Anti-Cheat.
So the thing that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They're moving from the
So,
thing that doesn't work to the thing that doesn't
man,
work.
But hey,
that's
at least they're moving away from the thing that can brick your computer.
that's crazy. They're finally getting rid of the thing that was keeping me from buying their game, but now the game's not worth getting from me.
Yeah, really
Amazing.
crazy about that. Now, I will say that a game worth getting is Skull and Bones by Ubisoft, as it is currently
Sir.
$3.
I cannot help but feel that you are shitposting.
No.
A bit?
It's $3.
It is genuinely $3 right now, but
Yeah, it's $3.
Oh.
And I'm
how
gonna be
is it
honest.
worth getting even at that price?
I just had, before I got on the podcast, I just did a mission with some randos, and it was the silliest, dumbest shit ever, and I had a lot of fun.
You had fun, you say?
I had fun,
Skull
yeah.
and Bones,
It is
fucked up on a lot of stuff.
crazy that it is
Oh, it did.
2 years old in 2 months.
Wait,
Oh, no, it's
Sneaky,
not
what'd
2
you say?
years old. It's about 4 years old.
Sneaky, what was that last thing you said? Sorry, I genuinely didn't hear.
Skull and Bones released 2024.
On Steam.
It
It was exclusive on Ubisoft Connect for longer than that, I believe. Because we are on year 3 of Skull and Bones being released. According
Skull
to
and
Ubisoft.
Bones is a 2024 action adventure game.
Huh.
Released for PS5, Windows, and Xbox February 16th, 2024.
Oh, well, how about that?
So
Did it have,
it's
like, an
not
early access
even
period
hit.
or something?
I
It
guess it
hasn't
must have been,
even
yeah.
hit. I don't remember having early access. I remember it getting delayed after delay after delay.
No, they had an
and
early access
shooting
period.
themselves in the
Which
foot.
I played with Rob. I played the early access of
Wasn't-
Skull and Bones with Rob, and that was
Wasn't that
actually
a closed
fun.
beta thing that you guys had to sign up for or
Yeah.
playtest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that then for that. At least not for their marketing stuff. That's
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, you know what? Then yeah, it is technically their 3rd year having been released because their 2-year anniversary was 3 months ago. So
yeah, because
technically,
I
yes,
don't
they
know,
are
because
in
like
year
they had a
3.
year 0 thing, they had a year 1 event, they had a year 2 event, and we're on the year 3 event now. So I don't know. I don't know how we're on year 3 and they've had 4 years of events. How it released only 2 years ago. But either way, I guess Ubisoft works on different timetables. For $3, I'm having fun. I am a little bit confused about some of the design decisions. Like, you have to eyeball it with all of your guns. They don't even have iron sights. You just fucking eyeball that shit. Which is not great, especially at long ranges, where you're just kind of guessing the general direction of where you're shooting. And it's like, oh, well, that's very authentic, Sneaky. Why are you complaining about it? It's like, well, you see, the reason why I'm complaining about not having a better aiming system set up for my boat is that also my boat can shoot exploding harpoon mines. And I have to go fight the dragon god of lightning as a raid.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
So realism isn't exactly on the table. It was they didn't pack it. So I'm really curious as to why it's here. But yeah, so it's actually fun. For $3, I mean,
Yeah, but
if you're gonna you will
$3.
have at least as much fun playing this game as you would having gone to McDonald's and bought a single patty cheeseburger.
you know, I have something
So
that's
no,
far better to spend those $3 on right now.
What's that?
Original Metro 2033.
I mean, I suppose that's true, yes.
Because that game is hyper replayable as well.
That's true, yes. My initial intention of this is to get all of you to buy it so we can all play it, and then we can have fun together.
Is it actually $3? Let me check.
Oh yeah, it's actually
It's actually
$3.
$3, Nose.
I'm not. This is not me shit posting.
Nose, he posted it in the gaming chat, I think yesterday, yeah, he mentioned me with a screenshot of it.
Oh, so he did. What the fuck?
Crazy how you keep getting caught not reading the fucking chats you're in and being confused why people get upset at you about not fucking reading.
What the absolute fuck did you just post to offend my eyes, Phoenix?
Oh, you're just now looking at that?
Why is he talking in French colors?
Because he's
I mean,
probably
to be honest, that's kind of
that's
okay. Genuinely, that is domain expansion would be kind of interesting if it's just like domain expansion Napoleon Bonaparte or some shit.
No, it's a dungeon core thing.
I
assume
know. I'm just saying,
it's been
taking it out of
enforced.
that context, it would be cooler in a story that wasn't this.
You know what? That's fair enough. I will repost that. I will repost that as well. First, let me go taunt the French with this. I don't know where to taunt the French with this, so I'll just post this here and taunt the French with this. Okay.
He's
I've taunted
building
the
a
French.
baguette.
Time to post the shit post. I will put this in
boy.
shit posts.
Oh yes, that one. Thank you, Binky.
Is the weight of chivalry becoming too much? No, I'm being stabbed by a crab.
Who gave the
Thank you.
Crabbo the Stabbo?
Crabbo is now
Give the
Stabbo.
Crabbo the Stabbo.
Binky
Thank
Based
you,
has
Based Binky.
quite an interesting approach to world building, and it works super well.
Binky has an
It
amazing
really
approach
does.
to world building.
He's just his world building is schizophrenic, and it works for him.
Yes, very much so.
Works really well,
I
actually.
appreciate that he canonized the Freak Legion.
Truly the greatest of legions.
Indeed.
Some reason
No
saying
one
that made me
gave
think-
Crabbo Stabbo. Crabbo. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that the Stabbo is certainly not an instrument Crabbo normally attains. Someone definitely gave that crab a Stabbo.
Random freak legion. Someone
Go
dies,
forth,
and like
crab,
the whole
do a
or like a
crab.
half a legion goes by, and one of the leaders has to scream, "Give me back my freak legions!" Like fucking like fucking Augustus.
Does anyone have any idea what the fuck he's talking about?
No.
Okay.
Arc Raiders is moving to use the Denuvo. Wait, were they using DRM before?
Oh, no, they were not using Denuvo, but yes, they were using DRM.
Because they
How about you
average one
just-
cheater a game? Okay. Okay, well, here's a solution. Radical solution time.
That's
Ban the cheaters.
No, that's the easy solution.
No, it's a very radical solution because they fucking won't.
Well, that's why they won't, because it's the easy solution. You know we can't pick the easy solution.
Also,
Can't
I'm
push
really
the fix
tempted.
everything button.
I'm really, really tempted to hack Helldivers now, give myself super credits and medals, and just buy everything.
Man.
I'm.
You remember
Wasn't
when
it
we were gonna
moving
do that
so-
for GTA Online, but because the ban was for a month, we just forgot about it and said, fuck it, not even worth it.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
well,
Ubisoft who a bunch of people did that, and then they turned around and said, "Okay, well now you're gonna have to pay us for a lifetime for this shit."
yes. Is someone, yes, but again, this is what I was talking about earlier with selling off your,
Also, how is moving to Denuvo gonna fix the cheater problem? Denuvo is a digital rights management system, not anti-cheat, is it?
because
It's
they're retarded.
anti-tamper in theory,
It's
but
a
it's not.
rootkit.
It's
It's
also
because they're
um
retarded, Max.
so the one person that was cracking Denuvo games stepped back because they had their fill of it,
Right.
and within like 2 months, a group was like, "Oh yeah, so we also figured it out." And this stuff is now getting cracked within like a couple days for games that are of interest,
I just
which is funny
remember.
because
Yeah.
we've hit that point again, by the way, of like, we have Denuvo, good luck cracking games. Like, we don't care enough to do that.
I
Yeah.
remember there was one game that was boasting that, like, oh wow, no one can crack our game. Our game is uncrackable due to the advanced Denuvo protections we have on it.
No one
And the
gives a
top,
shit about your game, loser.
yeah, sure, everyone said that, but the top Denuvo cracker came out, added them, and said, yeah, that's because all of us found your game boring as shit, so none of us decided to crack it.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's like, damn.
Yep.
Your game sucks so much people won't even get it for free.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, as far as Skull and Bones goes, it's $3. I bought Andromeda and Anthem for $5. I didn't play Anthem because it was really bad.
No, Anthem was decent when it first came out, and then they kept fucking it up and fucking it up and adding new
I
shit to
don't
fuck it
I
up.
don't know how it was when it first came out because I didn't buy it when it first came out. All I know is when I bought it, it was $5 and not even on sale.
Yeah, and
And it was like I got in there and they're like, "Great, now you're in the world. Now queue up for a match." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean queue up for a match?" And they're like, "Oh, well, you got to do a dungeon to progress the main quest." I'm like,
yeah,
"Okay, can I
yeah,
just go do the dungeon?" No, you have to do the dungeon with
no,
other people. It's like, do I
yeah, forced
have to?
multiplayer. No, it was forced multiplayer the entire way,
I know.
and it was ass.
It was so lame. But I loved the mech designs. I really did. I really
Yeah,
did love the Iron Man suits. I thought they were really
no,
neat.
so awesome.
But yeah, no, just the world lore was really cringe. The forced multiplayer was cringe. The forced dungeons was cringe. I the abilities were very underwhelming. Like one
Yeah,
character gets a flamethrower and you use it and like you have to use the entire ability to kill one person.
yep, they nerfed the shit out of it from what it was when it first started.
And
Because
I was
oh
like,
well, people
okay,
are having too much fun and they're killing things too quickly. We need to make it harder.
people are having too much fun. Quick, ruin it.
Yes, legitimately.
Many
Yeah,
such
I know.
cases.
But Andromeda, dog shit story. Dog shit story. Incredibly fun game mechanics.
Sure, because they had all of the previous fucking Mass Effect to pull from.
I know.
They had all that
But like
experience.
yeah, I know, but and that's what I'm saying. It's just like I got it for $5. The story was so dog shit, I barely even remember it. But I had a blast just going around, customizing guns and killing shit. And then I beat the
Mhm.
game and I was like, cool, time to never play this again.
Never gonna play this again.
Because I mean that was the main problem, and we had the same problem. Max and I, well, I died for the second time, but Max and I just beat Dying Like the Beast. Great game, fantastic game. Would New Game Plus if I was playing with friends again.
I don't know if you get me back in that game for New Game Plus, man. I'm gonna be
Even
Yes,
if
the water's
Atten went,
bad.
even if Atten went and got the game and we were all gonna play it together. You're telling me you wouldn't play the game with Atten?
Oh, okay, all right. If I can get another person's fresh perspective on the story.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, not just replay the game raw dog. I'm saying if you had someone else to play the game with again, would you do it? And that's the same thing for me. Am I gonna go play New Game Plus 3 now on my own? Not even slightly. Am I gonna go play it with like Moth or someone? Yeah, probably. You know, if Atten got the game, or Nose got the game, or fucking Sign got the game, and decided to play something that requires more than one brain cell.
I'm playing Project Wingman right now. Eat shit.
You know, if Gray
I don't
got the
know.
game, I wouldn't recommend Gray to get the game, but if Gray got the game, I would play again with him.
You know, Gray would have some trouble.
Gray would have a
I
lot of trouble.
think.
Yeah,
I think Gray would have a little bit of trouble.
Gray would have some trouble. Do not take this as a
Oh.
challenge, Gray. It's $40. Do not spend your money. Wait till it's like 30.
I'm gonna be honest, the story of the Beast also is a lot more enjoyable if you've got Dying Light 1 and 2 under your belt.
Well, yeah, but
Even
that's
just
because
if
it's a
even
sequel,
just
though.
even just getting halfway through Dying Light 1 will be enough
That's true.
for
Yeah.
a lot of it. Because a reminder, I've still never finished the story for Dying Light 1. Because for some reason, my
No, you did.
saves didn't stick. No, I didn't. I never got more than halfway through the story. I just kept ending up playing the game multiplayer through the first half of the story because you kept finding new people to do it with.
Oh yeah, we played it with Trios, and then we played it with Rob, and then we played it with.
Yeah, and then you got a bunch of people together. It's like, oh, why don't we help Max through his? And we did it, and
Yeah.
you guys were like, yeah, let's go get some of the cool shit for you, man.
Covert.
And we got
Yep.
it. It was great because they're all like, Max, I don't think you get up without the grappling hook. Meanwhile, I proceed to spider monkey my way up. Like, okay, I guess I'll shut my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
As I proceed to do impossible parkour.
I mean,
in
to be
spots
fair,
I
it did
clearly
take you
wasn't
like
supposed to
2
do.
hours. So.
No, 30 minutes at the most for that apartment complex.
Like 45
Most everything
minutes.
else was within like 10 minutes.
I ate lunch, Max.
Yeah, I know you did, but I did get up there without the need for a grappling hook.
You did, yes, that's true. And then it took us like another 30 minutes to open the item. But,
That was a separate matter entirely.
That's separate. Yeah, that's separate. Did you really never do the final mission?
I stopped halfway through the story.
No,
every
Max,
single
you
time.
didn't stop halfway. No, you
think the
literally got
furthest-
to the like second to last mission at least.
The furthest I got, I think, was the local gang leader going to take him out. I think that was the furthest I got.
Killing
That's
Rise?
the furthest that, yeah, I think that's the furthest I have
Really?
in my memory banks for the game.
I could have
Yeah,
sworn
Sneaky,
I did the castle mission with you.
I told you, Sneaky, some of the missions in Dying Light the Beast were spoilers for me, technically. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize
Oh.
that character died. Like, oh, right, you never got that far in the first game. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is surprised me.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah,
Which-
I mean, if you get far enough in Dying Light 1, honestly, I recommend Dying Light 1 over Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 was just an objectively funner game to play. Dying Light 2 had a lot of really weird choices in terms of game design.
Had
the story was better.
Yeah, it had the stronger story. Worse game design choices.
But it wasn't like everything was worse. It was there's very specific game design choices with very specific things that made it overall less fun.
The complete revamp on the parkour is what got me to finally finish that
story
Yeah.
with you.
Yep.
Because if you hit me with that update, like, hey, you should probably go check out the Dying Light 2 again. It's like, why? Because they fixed the parkour complaints you had. I jump in and it's like, oh, this is immediately better.
Yeah. I like,
And the fact
honestly,
that
I
they
liked the high-rise
fact
map style. I liked it.
the fact the revamp on the parkour was completely optional as well was crazy. They locked
Yeah.
it to the player, not the game session.
Yeah.
So if I'd wanted to play Dying Light 2's original parkour system while you played the revamp, we could have done that. Obviously,
Yeah.
I was not crazy enough to do that because I hated the feel of that parkour.
I
But
honestly, I don't know anyone that did Classic, but I'm sure there's some people who kind of just want a game journalist parkour mode, so I know a couple people who might in this chat.
Yeah, like somebody who
Yeah.
always complains about yellow paint.
Do you?
What?
I don't complain about yellow paint. I don't have
Yeah.
problems with that.
Exactly. So yeah, the game journalist game mode.
I don't use game journalist mode, dickhead.
Sign, you are on record admitting that most games you play in that are single player, you do cheat.
Not most.
Far Cry 5, the one with Joseph Seed. Yeah, I really liked Far Cry 5. I genuinely liked Far Cry 5. It was a fun game.
I wanted to have more fun in that game.
Yeah.
I wanted to like the story,
liked
but
it.
the story was somehow worse to me
Not
than
playable.
Far Cry 3, and
Not
it's
replayable at all.
100%. It is the story being worse for Far Cry 3 for me is because the ending 100% retroactively ruined every single thing you did in the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's true.
And them saying, "Oh, this didn't come out of left field. It was on the radio." It's like, Sneaky, you and I played that game together. We very rarely use fast travel because the general feel of the cars and your movement options were actually kind of fun.
Cars were great.
So I drove. 90% of my traveling was driving with the radio on. I never got any of the news bulletins they claimed played throughout the entirety
It's
of the
because
story.
they play asynchronously with specific radio channels only during certain missions.
Certain channels at certain events.
And it's just like, that is the dumbest way you could have ever done those lore drops, because what if they're not in a car? What if they don't have the radio on? What if they have it on the wrong channel of the 18 channels you have available? It's like, that is so...
Yeah, well, and that's the worst part. Even on a channel that you think wouldn't have news stuff, well, guess what? Most channels have a short news segment. And something like the US North Korea conflict that was building in the background of Far Cry 5 would have made every single one of those channels news segments.
Should have.
Because that would be considered big news in a world where actually North Korea is considered a viable military threat.
Also, I'm really confused as to why they hit Michigan, the fucking valley in Michigan. Like, why would they fucking drop a nuke there? That makes no fucking sense.
Because you were there.
Literally because you were
they
there,
detected the protagonist energy.
Also,
reminds me of the British government lying, saying like, yeah, totally, the Russians are going to hit like random parts of this field.
Yeah, by the way, the confirmation that our character, a character who did kill did kill suspects that technically should have been arrested and brought in.
Yep.
Didn't just murk Joseph Seed the moment we got locked in the bunker with him.
Right.
It was just like, wow, this is another failure. Because they confirmed nothing happened. Joseph Seed was not killed. They just kind of lived together in the bunker for the next 20 plus years.
Yeah,
well, not only that, but the player character of Far Cry 5 emotionally scarred themselves into becoming a Death Squad Psycho, effectively.
Well, no, you were
Really?
brainwashed into it.
No, you weren't. Bro,
Well,
I
yeah,
played
you
all of
were.
New Dawn.
Oh, you're talking about New Dawn.
Yeah.
Why
In
he
New
did such a
Dawn.
thing, no one knows.
Because
Well,
it was $5 and you
it's
decided why
$5.
not.
Yeah,
That was a mistake.
$5.
A $5 mistake.
Yeah, it's $5 though.
Better than a $20 mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
That's true.
Hey, look, I have some money that I can spend on bullshit, right? And if
Yep.
my options are spend a fourth of the cost of a sandwich to see how bad the game really is, I'll spend a fourth of the cost of a sandwich. It's not that bad. But the game, mechanically, I actually had a decent amount of fun with it. The story wasn't terrible. The continuous gameplay mechanics were so fuck awful. It's crazy. It was
What do you
insane.
mean continuous?
So to upgrade your base facilities, because you have a base and you have a facility and you need to get resources for the facility to upgrade it to generate more resources over time. And
Yeah.
on top of that, the base levels also will correlate to your ability to upgrade weapons, to create new weapons, to unlock new ammo types, and all you know, all the crafting and blah blah blahs, right? But the upgrades of a certain level were gated behind a specific resource that required an hour-long renewable mission to run that you had to acquire a activation card for per run. And you could acquire these activation cards by resetting part of the map and recapturing it after the reset to increase the amount of resources that location gives, but also increases the difficulty level of that location. But it also gives you a activation card. And then you use those activation cards to get the limited resources for the raids, or you can go on a longer multi-part raid that takes even more time to complete, that will give you the same thing, but it doesn't require an activation card. So, basically, it's a multi-level mechanic that causes you to play the same parts of the game over and over and over again as an excuse to make you play the game more, so you can play the game more, so you can do more of the game mechanics, so you can play the game more. And you justify all of this by those really scarce resources then being used to upgrade your favorite gun, which can then be used to capture higher level bases.
It's to keep you in the gameplay loop, yeah.
Yeah. And now I will admit, it was fun, but I looked and I sat down and calculated out, if I didn't cheat, how many hours I would need to spend on the game just doing this resource gate gameplay mechanic. And it was something like 180 hours I would need to spend on the game. Not to play the story, not to get, not to 100% it, not to, get all the collectibles.
To level
I
up
would
for
need to
one
spend
thing.
180 hours on the game just to level up my base to the end game. And I was like, this ain't WoW. This ain't Classic. This is not a fucking MMO. Like hell, I am spending 200 hours on a video game so I can start playing the video game.
they have worked out their mechanics for keeping you invested,
Yeah.
and then they always add more.
Yeah.
Gotta keep you more invested.
Yeah, and the game bombed like hell. Like, bombed like crazy. It was just like all of the little decisions of like the health bars and gun levels and zone levels.
You
and
mean the New Blood or whatever the fuck it was called?
Yeah, New Blood. Yeah, New Dawn. Yeah. All the little bits that individually probably wouldn't have prevented people from playing the game. But then on top of that, the whole reason why the plot in the game happens is because 13% of the valley population is committing 60% of the crime. And the entire game's plot is about you uniting the valley to kill them.
Ubisoft were you sure about that message?
I don't think they were. But it was, just more classic slop of like every major character that was important was a woman and usually was diverse. And if there was a guy in a position of power, either he was evil and white or he was diverse.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, But yeah. So anyway, the point is, the sheriff became the sheriff, which was the death squad killer that
That's a
Seed's
fucking
cult
dumb name
would
and
send
they know it.
out. Yeah, they wore like a hog's head.
The fact
And
that that was confirmed to be your character still such a fucking insult.
Yeah, it's
sorry,
your
what?
character from the 5th game. So your main character from the 5th game canonically gets trapped in the nuclear bunker with Joseph Seed, the antagonist. And canonically, Joseph doesn't die. You don't kill him. You don't do anything to him. You live out the apocalypse with him. And you feel so guilty about stopping him because he was totally right. He was so right in everything you did, and you doing everything you did. You killed so many people because you prevented all of his super bunkers from being populated with his insane followers. And you feel so guilty about the mass murder you committed that you decide you're going to shed your name and take up a hog's head and become Joseph Seed's personal killer enforcer in the new world.
By the way, this just makes their claim that the nuclear war ending was totally like completely led up to in the background, because
your character didn't know about it.
That means that the player character also didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Despite it being on the radio all the time, allegedly.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work unless you admit that you were full of shit about the radio thing and knew you were full of shit at the time. Because, Joseph Seed's going on about, like, I told you this would happen, and what the character should have been like, no, this has been going on for, like, 6 months. You didn't predict shit. This was an obvious conclusion. And again, should have murked him. In the bunker.
Shoulda, coulda, didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of like when you get to Season 3 of the Walking Dead Telltale games, like, that's not my Clementine any longer. Season 2 was barely my Clementine. Season 3 was nowhere near my Clementine any longer.
Stop having your character make choices my character wouldn't make for me.
Well, it's not just that, though. The problem is that Clementine is a character you got to see evolve and guide through the first 2 games. And then the third game, they're like, okay, well, her personality has radically changed due to events off screen that we won't explain, but she's a girl boss feminist now, and she ain't got time for your shit. And it's like, what?
Yeah. When
That sounds like bullshit.
when it's like the first 2 games I replayed probably 3 or 4 times apiece. So when you get to season 3 and you're like, oh, you know, in the first one I taught Clementine that you should help people when you can, but make sure to hold them at arm's length until you're sure you can trust them. And I continued that behavior into the second game. And then the third game she shows up and she's ready to basically pop you almost immediately. It's like, oh, that's not
You don't understand,
that's
Max.
not
We need to
the
have
one
grim
I
dark.
spent. That's not the one I spent 2 games with.
Oh,
Of course not.
shit. Which one's the
They
one
need
with
her to
Keith
do-
as the main character in that? Is that the second one? I think it was
Plays
the second
Clementine
one.
in the second one. Is that about 500 days?
I'm trying to think of the one
I'm trying to
where
remember who Keith is.
Keith is the southern
on.
redneck with the son named Duck.
That's not Keith.
Kenny?
Yeah, that's Kenny. He was prevalent in the first one. He shows up halfway through the second one as
A little
a
crazy.
legitimate twist.
Yeah, he decided to cope over the death of his wife and son by race mixing.
Sorry, what?
That's
Sneaky. That is so incredibly wrong.
Is it wrong or is it he's wrong for saying that? Is it incorrect?
I'm wrong for
It's
saying
incorrect.
it. No, he adopts a diverse family.
That's not
no.
Sneaky.
Uh,
That is not at all what you.
Sneaky, that's not what you meant, and you know it. You're not that dumb. You're
He
not
is
that dumb.
wrong about
You are not
what
that
Kenny
dumb.
chose to do, and he's wrong for saying it, and he knows that he's wrong on both counts.
But I think it might have been 500 days. I just remember that there was some storyline in Walking Dead, I forget which game, where I was obsessed with trying to save Kenny, effectively. Because I was like, oh, maybe I just made the wrong choices and I can save him.
So it wasn't 500 days, because that was the standalone DLC that led into some of the characters we meet in the second one. So it was the first game. Because so everyone knows how Telltale games work. They work like visual novels. You have flags. These flags are, raised. You make certain choices.
And then ignored as the games went on.
Kenny, the bastard that he is, as much as I want to like that South Floridian dumbass, if you make a single choice that he doesn't like, just a single choice, it doesn't matter what choice, if at any point you are not on his side, he is not there to back you up 9 times out of 10. He will throw you under the bus. But Sneaky is referring to an event where we lose 2 characters. One is a teenager named Ben. The other is Kenny, who goes back to save him. Sneaky, I believe, is referring to when Kenny goes to save Ben, and then we run off screen and we hear a single gunshot while they are in an alley surrounded on all sides by walkers.
Yeah.
Sneaky, you can help nail this down. Do you remember Kenny having mustache and beard, or just the mustache?
I want to say it was...
Because the beard showed up for the second game.
I almost want to say it was the second game, where I was like, oh, maybe I just need to make the right choices to make Kenny not go insane.
Oh yeah, he did go insane, didn't he?
Yeah, he went fucking crazy.
Bro lost it in the second game, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it might have been the second game then, which was another instance of if you're not on his side 100%.
Then you're against him.
Kenny is what we call a bad friend. But yeah, it was a legitimate surprise to see him show up, and the explanation being what it was, just like, oh, that's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Because the single shot you heard, he explains, was to put Ben out of his misery, because there was no saving that kid from what happened.
Being a walker.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that. Nose, did you ever play the Walking Dead series?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't.
All I know about The
it-
Walking Dead is that it's misery.
So
Apparently.
so it wasn't Ben turning into a walker that was the problem. It was they were walking along precarious footing, like 2 stories up in like French Quarter style infrastructure.
Oh, no.
And Ben slips and falls on the French Quarter style spiked fencing.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And it doesn't kill him instantly.
Oh no! Of course it doesn't.
So the bullet was to put Ben out of his misery, and Kenny was able to get out through a side gate that he happened to notice at the last second, according to what was told to us in the second game.
Yep.
So it wasn't to put him out of his misery before becoming a walker. It was to put him out of his misery so he wasn't torn to pieces while alive.
That's awful.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people found Ben annoying. I thought he was okay. He was a high schooler in over his head in a lot of shit. But that was one of the rougher character deaths in that first game.
Moth is
What are you
playing
fucking
Monster Hunter
yelling about?
Wilds finally. And he's posting about it. And he's like, I understand why everyone hates Nada now, the little diverse Indian boy. That ruins everything constantly throughout the main story. He is deep into the drip. But anyway, gentlemen, it is 10 o'clock. We've ranted, we've raved, and we've definitely at least raised the blood pressure to an unhealthy level at least once on someone. So I think we can call it here and say, someday we'll read Pokemon fanfiction once again. And
No, we won't.
No, we definitely will. This is not an option. You are being held at gunpoint. This will occur.
You're being held hostage.
Yes. But today is not that day. Because we can wait for tomorrow or Friday. Because there's always